2 streams 1 day, no audio. I haven't said anything. I don't think my audio is broken. No sound because IS hasn't loaded. It's taking forever. What's up? Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were going to or not. I was just, and it kind of sucks that I didn't know this was coming up. I didn't expect this today. Like, I wouldn't have ended stream knowing that there was going to be an announcement like an hour after I ended stream, which kind of sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. What's up, Asinarm? What's up, JD? And my game is like literally just stuck at 20%. Try again. It was in the data mines Thursday. Yeah, I don't pay attention to that crap. Like, I know that people can go read the data mines and whatnot, but I honestly just don't care about them. They don't really mean much, you know? And to watch the data mines, I have to kind of like pay attention to the boil on, and I don't really like doing that. So I just don't, right? I'd rather have the real information when it comes out. Now, did I expect a Saturday announcement? No. I didn't really expect the Saturday announcement. I was expecting like a Monday or Tuesday or something. I knew there was more information coming. You know, there's a few things that are sitting out there in limbo right now that we just don't know what they're doing with them when they're announcing them, right? But we'll cover it. We'll make a video tonight. I think that's the main reason we came on tonight is I want to make some videos, and then we'll see if we play Crucible or not. I haven't decided. Did I miss something with Sentry, or did they not put anything in to get the red stars? I don't know. I know there's like 3 Sentry thingies, or none of them red stars. I have all that stuff, so it's like I don't know. Um, Sentry felt like such a miss. I'll be completely honest. I still don't like that fight. Like, it felt better, but it still feels bad. At least they did most of the things that I kind of talked about on stream, which was good. Nope, you're stuck at 7 yellow, 6 red, which means they're definitely holding it for a minute. Yep, it sounds to me like they did. They're making it like the exclusivity thing for playing it hard in the first place, which sucks for people. It's not that big of a deal, but it definitely does suck. They'll sell it to you later. Alright, we got a little loaded up. I have not done royalty. Most of what the morning stream was playing Crucible and a little bit of chatting. We ended up doing the Sentry event on the baby account because it was on the smaller account because people said that they changed it, so we tried it. And we did beat it. It took us a little while, but we did manage to get it done. But the actual, like, we mostly just played the game. We hung out for a little while, and then my internet decided that it wanted to shit itself, so that kind of pissed me off. And then we kind of wrapped up and called it a day, and then I guess there was random announcements like an hour after I'd stopped streaming, which kind of pisses me off, but you know, whatever. You know? Because I probably would have put that video out alongside everybody else if I knew it was there, but didn't. And I'm guessing the blog's not here. Is there a blog today? Or do I just not have the info? I only have it through Envoys. Which makes me equally mad. I only have it through Envoys. Annoying. I hate when they do this. Yeah, there's no blog. It's literally just the Envoys have the info, which means I have to go snag it from the Envoys, like, segments, which is even more annoying. Which I probably can do, but I'm gonna have to do it through GPT, which is gonna freaking suck. It's so much more work. Alright, let's, I saw Gideon had good pictures. We're gonna use Gideon's thing, and we're gonna steal all his info. You guys ready to see how this works? It's gonna be annoying. The Gideon has like really cool slides, and I don't know what's from Scopely and what's not. Like some of this isn't from Scopely. This is Scopely's. I know where that is, which I really do like that screen. We'll definitely be using it. This is probably given from Scopely, would be my guess because of the way this is looking. So I want this. And then I gotta like crop out Gideon and remake it. Let's get a screenshot of that. Save image as. And now we need. Bet this is from them too. This might be from Gideon. I don't know. Is that the same animations? Not quite. That actually might be from them too. Thinking about it. Oh. Something about the I don't particularly love the design. I think it's kind of boring looking and weird. Doesn't he feel a little weird looking? So we got that one. This is probably from them too. We'll put them on new backdrops and things of that nature. Hopefully this is going to play pretty nice as far as like GPT things. That first image I did didn't take much effort, so that was good. Yeah, I need your camera to not be blocking shit. Do you ever move his camera? Because I literally only want the Omega information.
If you want the next character. So if we need Spider,
Does he ever move his camera?
as far as a Spider, for me, a scenario we're working on right.
Anybody
Here's
else
the thing
show
that's
this?
nuts. You got to look at these.
You said, I know JD sent me ZKG's like infographic. We have like the original like picture of this. Covered up the most important part of the image. He's scored. Can you like make infographics or something? Guess that'll work. Let's copy this and tell him to remake it. Save image as. Make this. KG. Oh. Got an idea for how to do that. I really just want this image, but I need it with less stuff. I need the missing information too. Hopefully ChatGPT can figure that out. Scorp nodes. Showing the Spider-Verse stuff. I don't need that. That myself. Showing bio. I don't need that. Is showing Ronin. Cosmic Villain. Thank you. Thank you, Mario ABFCS. Who's Mario?
Because I have no idea what the guy actually does. Are you excited to get into chapter 2 of the Age Forward? But to get a higher score, we might have there'll be some type of Asgard. Otherwise, man, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of thing we can do to put that together, because we're going to need them on 2 nodes. So I don't know if we have to manufacture 2 teams or we can manufacture 1 team that's going to. So what are your thoughts concerning the next legendary event? We're going to be featuring Scorpion Breaker. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to get a higher score. We out to Mario ABFCS. Appreciate you, brother, for being a member of the channel. Again, what do you think?
Who that is, but thanking somebody. Okay. Alright, I got a plan. I think I got all of the, like, Scopely-ish information. Check ZKG's voice. Okay. See what he's got in there. Sorry, you guys were, you're hidden behind some screens right now, which is why I'm interacting a little less with you guys. Yes. Beta's been making stuff. I've seen that one. Some of these you guys haven't seen, which is kind of funny. I'll show some of these. Where's the stream last seen? There's a bunch that you guys haven't seen because I haven't shown all these on stream. This one's hilarious. We'll just open them all. I think you guys haven't seen like half of these. I don't know if I'll read them all to you, but chat back. The Muppets one is good. Is the new Breaker tied to a War Raid or Cosmic Crucible team? Both. From what it looks like, and we'll talk about it. We haven't completely deep dived it. I'm trying to get visuals ready, because they released a bunch of stuff with me having nothing, and it sucks. So we're kind of like live reinventing it, D. So hang in there with me. I believe that it looks like we're going to end up using Shadow Conclave, Omen, like a combination of them. I think we will be using the unamazing Avengers, the boring Avengers, whatever you want to call it, and Exalted X-Men. I have an idea of what the nodes will probably feel like because of the way the nodes are written. I'll kind of explain it. Yeah, I saw ZKG's infographic, and I'm gonna reinvent it a little bit. Plus, I'm gonna use Gideon's information. So, I was saving pictures, which we haven't quite done what I want to do with it yet. So I will redo it a little bit, and we'll work with it, right? Because I think the only 2 people that have given information out for him is ZKG and Gideon. I don't think anybody else has done it yet, right? So we're rocking with it. So, and there's no blog, nothing. So that's all I got for information. So we're gonna use some of that stuff. Boomer, does Boomer have a video or have stuff out? I didn't see Boomer had a video. Normally I get Boomer's videos. Oh, he did? Okay, so Boomer made a video too. I didn't even know Boomer worked on Saturdays. Yeah, okay. So, we got this one. I love this one, by the way. They made ZKG into the voice, which is fabulous. Everybody's turned around. It's Bugs, Greed, Pains, and Suffering. Survivor ZKG on the island. Pretty good. Scopel next, nobody listens. Everybody's yelling at ZKG. Dr. Doom ZKG with the smoochy face. It's freaking ridiculous. I like that one too. ZKG in the hot tub. We've got Interstellar 2 ZKG. We've got Zero Cool Muppets with all these freaking people on the server. Rich on Ships, Mobile Gamer, Old Timey. Oh, look, it's me. Cosmic Cheatable Teacher. We got Goose and Pickle, Manfetti, Ceci. We've got Miss Hyde. We've got Miss Hyde as a puppet. I love it. CM Whip. You're here too, or are you? Hold on, I gotta find Herb. Oh, there he is. There's Herb. Pest control in my superpower. Yeah. We've got another Muppet one. ZKG is a Muppet now. Let's smash it. Old timey Herb almost. ZKG is the Matrix, and with the Neo ZKG is freaking hilarious. We've now made Crucible into the Muppets. Okay, that is freaking awesome, by the way. Annie is now a Muppet. I love it. We now have Diamonds out. We have Diamond Dave sitting on a chair. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Diamond Dave. We've got Herb and Timey. I don't know who these couple are, but interesting. We got the old timey times 2 and Zero Cool Gamer with a tag on him. How to lose a CC in 10 days. Okay, I gotta read this one. From Scopal Next Pictures comes a love story about losing. The 3 commandments of losing. Never ask a guy how big Blastar is. Never hear a guy say, get rid of my rod. Stop spanking my Hitmonkey. Another CC lost tequila, please. Defeat Cosmic Crucible No 2. Morph 4 Diamond. 1 ZKG 0. Better luck next time. CC loser certified. We've got Blastar, Rod, Hitmonkey, Omega Red, and Nick Fury. Coming soon to a CC near you. That's funny. Planet of the Gapes. I'm concerned. I'm a little concerned about this one. Interesting. We have a Saw movie. 240 hours until CC clock is ticking. CC failed. Previous losers: Duelim, Purple Sticky, Ultra Core, Argentina, the Loaders, Jigsaw Life Tips. Very nice. I love them. What's up, Walking Hate? Alright. Okay. Let's start with some of the stuff we need right now. Herb tells you to stop raiding bots. Okay. We need to get Scorpion's we need to get the Scorpion node information. So I'm going to tell ChatGPT to combine these 2 pictures for the information, then recreate it using my theme. See what happens with this. Can you... What? File added to chat only. Is my subscription expired? Hold on. Guys, need to go this way. Yes, it has. All right, hold on. I gotta pay ChatGPT so I can make stuff for you guys. Give me a second. This is what your subs pay for. That's probably why it was telling me my library was full too, which was making sense. It was yelling at me my library was full. I was like, that's interesting. Never had that problem before. A second, we're getting. I gotta get off these screens. You can come back over. That screen. Okay. Welcome back. Re-upped. We're re-upped on the subscribe, so now we can make stuff again. Okay. That's what I usually use your guys' sub money towards, is paying for ChatGPT so that we can make stuff. I think it's important. Okay. Please use the information from these two graphics to create the information for the Scorpion Breaker event. Please stay away from anything relating to Zero Cool Gamer or ZKG. Please instead make a info graphic using my typical channel graphics. This is for Scorpion Breaker, and I have a of what he looks like. Yeah, let's go. I go ahead, link him. Any luck, this is gonna work. Beta is the reason my electricity costs are rising? No. Beta is very, very minimal in that. Please stay close to Sinister 6 overhaul. We'll see. I think there's another team. I think they'll announce another team probably later this week. Probably. Maybe it's slightly after that. I don't know. Kind of interesting. I think it's going to be City. Whether it's Sinister 6 or not is a very big question. I think it will be. So we'll have to see, Aaron. Once I get everything made, we'll make a video pretty quickly, guys. Like, it's just going to take me a minute to recreate stuff since we don't have anything. And everything I have right now has streamers in the background. Streamers or streamer UIs and things like that. So we got to get all that crap out of there. What do we think? I got to look at ZKGs and make sure we're different enough. Still got those icons. I don't love that. Scorpion has unleashed his power across multiple nodes with escalating challenge. Built into the right squads, the required traits succeed to earn amazing reward. Play in your squads, use the right traits, dominate every node, claim victory. AG. What does mine say? I don't love this tip success or this box. I don't love this part either. This in the original image? I don't think it is, right? The stuff ZKG added in. Love any of that crap. Okay. Remove all of the snippet crap for this image. Let's instead keep just the title. Let's add the Enchantress to this image. Let's change the difficulty icons. Something else. Let's do it like a an icon that's evolving as it gets bigger. Comes with that. Also, the reason there's a water shortage in California is because they drag water from like 3 states over, and there's an overabundance of people living in California, and they don't actually get natural water. Like, there's a whole nother conversation there, JD. Let's be completely real on that. I don't think data centers were the reason that it became that. That's been a problem for many, many, many years. I'm not saying California doesn't have a problem, but California's problem has been existing for a while. Actually wasn't an area that was supposed to inhabit a gigabillion amount of people. I know, but I was trying to blame AI, though. It's fair. And the majority of the water that gets used, I'm pretty certain goes to farmers. What went wrong? See if we can fix it. Okay, let's see if we can get it fixed. We're not far off. I just want to get away from like, I'm not trying to like yoink ZKG stuff. Like, ZKG put effort into that. I don't want to yoink his stuff, right? That's not the goal. The goal is to just create the information, right? So that's why we're trying to get away from it. But it also sucks that I don't have the original image to work with, you know? Like, I'm basically like trying to like recreate the original image so that I can use it for making my image, right? Which is kind of weird. Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he created on earth? I have no idea. That's way too like crazy of a question for me to answer. Yeah, mobile showed it. Maybe we need to go yoink it from mobile. Okay, so now we have something here. Where did my scorpion go? I like the tail, by the way. See if I can get him to add the scorpion back. I mean, they're images made from Excel and Google Docs. You're correct, Zager. It's more just trying to be. I'm trying to be friendly towards it, right? I want to create the information, but you know, ultimately, if Scopely didn't release the information, it makes it difficult. So I'm just trying to be nice about it, you know. I think that's the right thing to do. Like, I'm not trying to release his infographic; it's his infographic. Um, you know, I'm just trying to get the cells and information without going and making an Excel spreadsheet myself, right? Which I could do. That wouldn't be very hard. But I literally could just tell it to probably make an Excel spreadsheet and it would do it. We're trying to like reverse engineer it just a little. Did it break? Suck. Did I mention you suck? I actually think the version would be cleaner and more brand on the previous attempt we've been building for channel. If you're ever directing this manually, then it would be like left 30% large scorpion, bottom left front of him inherent enchantress. Try it. I like how I told it sucked and it gave me a better answer. That's what I like to see. ChatGPT. I see they dropped a banger in a Spy Kids movie. Oh, is that where that came from? I don't know who that is. Let's see. Who's he played? Oh, is this the director? Gotta be. 68 years old. What's he been in? Oh, he's in The Sopranos. Know that. The rest of these I don't recognize that much. I'm not perfect with actors. I'm just not. I'm not good at names. I don't watch enough movies and pay attention that closely. So we broke this. How do we fix this? Is so that I have the cell information with a scorpion on the picture and my enchantress, my green-haired enchantress on the image with the title at the top. I mean, it's just big Lebowski. Oh, it's Lebowski by himself. Oh, okay. Lebowski. If you ever end up going to the conference in your area, you don't open another concussion, I'm fixing you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. There's I know some actors and things, but I'm not perfect by any means on this stuff. Like I just don't pay that close attention. And I'll be honest, most of the actors I pay attention to are more recent actors. When we start going back to the stuff that I grew up like around, like I don't know. I guess I was too much of a dumb shit kid. To be honest, to pay attention. Are you serious? It's gonna break again? What is going wrong? Can we pivot the idea in a different way without breaking Marvel guardrails? Breaking the guardrails. What happens with that? We can pivot into something that likely will. The issue isn't just Scorpion, it's the combination of an official Marvel character render. So, a layout clearly inspired by another creator's infographic, that makes sense, and a reoccurring Marvel-inspired presenter. I think Fury's briefing room. Green-haired host, previously on a podium. Giant digital screen behind her. The screen shows the Scorpion silhouette. Let's try it. We maybe can make this into 2 images. Let's do like you said with the presentation. I need one that showcases everything. And then we'll make one that is just the information on the screen. That sounds like a better plan. That guy? What do you got? Boardwalk, Empire Review? Yeah. I had to go look it up. I was like, because I didn't recognize it at first. If this works, I think this should work. Because my problem right now is it doesn't like me putting multiple Marvel and like trying to snag everything all at once. It's like you're doing way too much theft all at once. Good morning. Have you seen my car? I'm I'm concerned, Berserker. I don't know if I want to see your car. Because last night you said you were drinking and you were not allowed to hang out. So when you ask me if you want to see my car, is your car okay? Let's start there, and then we'll answer if we want to see it or not. Oh, it's a dude. Where's my car? Okay, good. I was concerned because I was like, there's a lot of directions you could take that. Either your car's no longer a car, or your car's been puked in, or your car's just missing. Like, there's a lot of things I'm like, or you got a new car, which would have been a really cool one, right? But there was a lot of things that went through my head instantly that made me go, uh-oh. Just because of what you said yesterday. Official Marvel Strike Force Scorpion. Another creator infographic. Your reoccurring changes make it like this. Image 1, the presentation scene. Certain. This contains no chart at all. Just your original green-haired enchantress. A futuristic command center. A giant empty holographic screen. Scorpion Breaker event guide. I like that. Image 2, the information screen. Why this is better. Alright. Create both images. I have to somehow get it away from thinking that I'm literally stealing everything right now. Because right now, it thinks I'm stealing the MSF stuff and making it mine. And it also thinks I'm stealing ZKG stuff and making it mine. So now I have to somehow get it away from both. So this will be interesting. I may have to go steal mobiles, because mobile may have not blocked the picture. And I might be able to steal that and then use it. I saw sort of a prank. These dudes in craned a car into a high tree, then called a tow company. That'd be pretty funny. A tow company probably... Okay, so... I managed a storage facility for a little while, and I did an auction. I got to see them try to, like, tow a 5-ton truck out of there. That was interesting. What do we got now? Why do I have all this trait bullshit at the bottom and rewards? I don't need all that crap. I don't hate this. Can we get rid of all the trait and rewards stuff at the bottom? Let's instead make it make it something about unlocking Scorpion Breaker. Next. Close. Watching them pull a 5-ton truck, by the way, onto a trailer bed, that's interesting. Also, that doesn't take a normal wrecker. That is the big wreckers, the wreckers that they use to like haul semis onto, right? Or haul semis out of places. That was quite the deal. And this wasn't like an easy pull out either. This was like they had to pull it out of a stall, which was next to like an expensive boat and an expensive RV, and I was like, I wonder how this is gonna go, because this thing didn't run. It'd been there for like years. It was quite interesting. Unlock Scorpion Breaker, our next legendary character. Complete nodes, beat higher difficulties, earn milestones, unlock the Scorpion Breaker. Okay, I don't hate that. I can roll with that. All right, let's keep this. Now we'll see if I can't give his like imaging. Scorpion Breaker Zasti. And can you make the second image now? Yeah, watching them like yoink that thing out of there and then like make sure it moved in the right directions was wild. Because those trucks are humongous. And just a limited space, right? It's, normally when you want to yoink things out of places, you kind of want the right direction. When the aisle's not big enough for that kind of direction, makes it a lot more difficult. Like when the aisle's made for like backing your thing in and that's it. This looks ridiculous. I wonder if I could get this to be changed into the. Let's try something. No, I want to use this. Can you use this image to refill the score animations? Scorpion assets this image. Also, can we replace the difficulty icons with different versions of his hammer, but with more flair as move to Omega? Send me a cleaned up image if you need it. Let's see what you got. Might help. Nice. You found one. Save that just in case I might need that. Oh, no. No. That one. Clean? What is clean? I might use that if we have to. I think we're moving in the right direction, though. Because I think we're starting to get it away from it thinks it's DKG stuff. I think. That's a good idea. I like that. Though those are kind of colors that I would use. The greenish stuff, like I could totally. Oh, you're talking about actual chart stuff like the Omega, green, blue, purple, yellow. I like. That's a good idea. Crap. Come on. What happened? Oh, we still have Gideon up in the corner. I wonder if that's giving us the issue. I see him up there. I wonder if I should have cut him out. But screw that one over there in the side. We'll leave him out. Yeah, no good. Maybe it's gonna work. Your defense in CC has been helping me with CC. Oh, that's awesome. I'm just glad to hear it. I'm amazed people are running my defense. I feel like I'm a freaking troll every time I show my defense. I feel bad for people who use it. I'll be honest. Okay. Let's if it's not playing nice. Can you use elements from this picture or slightly changed? Slightly changed or similar things to this picture as the elements We're showcasing. Again. Is this the one? No, this is not the one I had. Okay, so it must have made the second picture and I didn't notice it. So it made that. We need to do this one. I also would love to change the color scheme on the event guide. But let's keep the green-ish command center as that fits the Enchantress. Here is a reference image for the Scorpion. Not directly copy him. Keep him kind of looking similar. I'm not ballsy enough to run my defense, but I should show you the room I pulled 2 drops from my opponent last round. I wonder if Jeff Blaster, Thunderstrike, Sentry, Gwenpool can take full. Probably not, Lord Richter. You'd have to win the coin flip, right? It depends if Jeff won the coin flip. If Jeff wins the coin flip, probably yeah, right? If they lose the coin flip, probably no. Though Blaster, Thunderstrike were originally characters I thought they could beat New Mutants. We were kind of theory crafting that they might be able to beat Mephisto New Mutants, so maybe. I mean, Thunderstrike is unavoidable. He doesn't cleanse your friends, but he does have an unavoidable hit. Blastar, I don't remember if he has an unavoidable hit. So I'm not saying no, and I've heard people say that they do it, but we don't really do it on this channel. I haven't done it much myself. So maybe? I guess I'm going to leave it with maybe. Okay, what do we get? Ooh. He's got 2 hammers? Made him have hammers instead. Should I do the Scorpion Stinger? He didn't change the color of the breaker thing. Oh, you're gonna try it? I'll let you know. Oh, okay, well, I'd love to hear. I don't hate it. Can we use different difficulty colors for the four levels? I mean, we almost have an image I'm pretty happy with. I might be able to we might try making it into stingers instead of hammers, because I think that's a little more fitting. Or the scorpion. Maybe we'll do scorpion tails. Maybe we'll try to make it scorpion tails instead. Because I agree, those hammers are kind of plain. They're kind of meh. I don't love them. And if we get to that, then the only other thing I really want is I want to grab this image. If I can get them to remake this or this image, I might be able to work with it, right? Which this is probably the best one of them, which I did use. As far as trying to get Scorpion. Is it changing the color? It doesn't look like it is. Still using green, blue. I guess it kind of changed it, but it's still like... No, I want completely new colors for showing difficulty. I don't want green, blue, purple, yellow. Also, let's replace the difficulty hammers with difficulty scorpion tails. They can have a more extreme looking stinger each level increase. If the hammer is actually a stinger, that means he holds the controls of the hammer with his butt. No, he's an actual hammer. Like, you can see it. There's his hammer. So he's got a hammer and he's got the scorpion tail. And he's got all these blades and shit all over him. And he's got like claws and stingers and things. He's got so many blades on his suit. He's liable to hurt himself. I'll be completely honest. There's you can see his hammer too. Kind of a redonkulous looking character. I'll be completely honest. I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give him all. I'm gonna try giving it all of the scorpion like pose images, and I'm gonna tell it to recreate it as one image and see what it does. Ooh, okay, we're looking better. I have new colors. I can live with that. My image it looks like it's gotten darker and darker, which is a little annoying. I wonder if I almost should tell it to lighten up. I like the purpleness in this one. The image character down there. I think I might use this one anyways. You like the way the OG looks over the breaker? At least he doesn't look like Santa. True. This one says Scorpion Breaker. One looks like he's got a ray gun. Looks like a freaking ray gun on his tail. Oh, it's the hammer overlapping the tail. Okay, I guess we're gonna use this one. I like this one. It's got more things I like than I don't. Okay. I'm happy with that. Let's add all of the other stuff now. You see what I can do with this. Can you make this image, or make these images, to a single image with Scorpion in different stances? Please remove the webcam guy in the corner. Just one Scorpion. I want to showcase what he is going to look like. Miss Hyde must be drinking. She's on Badger stream, isn't she? I think they are probably drinking. Badger was doing a 24-hour stream, I believe. I'm pretty sure. And she said she was going to hang out with him. Is she streaming right now? Maybe we'll raid them at the end of the night. That sounds like a good idea, right? I don't know what they're playing or what they're doing, but that might be fun. Remind me when we get to the end, guys, that that's what we want to do. Playing WWE 2K, and she's not on. Just hide each of the streams so you can fix your streak. Ooh. Why does that one look like it's freaking broken? I don't think that turned out bad. What do you guys think? Is it better to show this, or is it better to show like the actual character? What do you guys think of it? Because I can't really get this without Gideon's picture. Like, it's just annoying. I have to like go crop it and like recreate it. But I don't think this looks that bad. I thought she was drinking because she wasn't on. I don't think so. What is the different scorpion tail thing? It's just scorpion's tail. It's not a big deal. It's what it's doing. I know what AI is doing. I may have to yell at it a little bit. It's yoinking it from this because I did the different levels. We might just like create. Maybe we should get rid of the weapon stuff because the weapon stuff looks like shit anyways. Can you get rid of the weapons tails at bottom of the image? I just want the model and poses. It's showcasing the character. Yours looks better. That's funny. I appreciate you guys saying that. I actually don't know if I agree, but because I actually think this looks pretty nice. As I think these are the originals. This for sure is something Scopely gave them. I'm almost certain. This looks like they took the models and threw it on a background and called it and sent it out, right? This, I'm not sure if this is done by Gideon or not. I'm uncertain. Ooh. Now he has no hammer at all. Reference the character. If he had a hammer in his pose image, he should have a hammer. Where did they go? The one with the purple. It looks transposed, right? Like it looks like he doesn't belong on this image. I just like how crisp it is. But I agree, it's not a like. It doesn't feel like it belongs. You can tell that this purple background and this character do not belong together, right? Which is kind of maybe that's intentional. Same thing with this one too. You can tell that this character does not belong on a mountain. He's just like floating in the air. This is the only one where he almost feels like he belongs, but again, it still feels like we just took an AI image and transposed it on it. I did tell it to remove the weapons. It may have gotten a little carried away. It's got that one weapon like mega fucked up, but I don't know if I care. It's got 3 of the hammers looking pretty good. That one hammer's looking mega fucked. Does it actually look that fucked when in that pose? Where's that pose? I think it's grabbing this one, what that is. Why does the hammer in the middle look fucked? Does AI understand fucked? Let's find out together. You should tell it needs only to have one head. Be a little more specific. I mean, I want to say that that hammer looks like it's been smashed on the door a few times. It's nice that it comes on. It's going right for Sastin for paycheck. Look, walking hate. We're both dying the Skynet. You know it. The image is getting worse. It's getting the AI bullshit. Okay. Let's re-render image. Please move all of the characters around. It's getting the AI choppiness. Also, it looks like the Scorpion in the middle has multiple hammerheads, or his hammer is not straight. Please relook at it. We need to AI choppiness, which is why I not edit this image, but recreate it completely. A bit different. You have to fix the AI shit. Hey, ChatGPT, you're terrible at your job, and by the way, your images suck. I'm very nice for once. I even thank the ATM when it gives me money. ATM, please give me money. I was listening to a YouTube video a couple days ago, and I'm so annoyed with all the AI robocalls, and this guy started fucking with them all. He's like, I'm hard of hearing. Can you please, accentuate your answers? Please add commas to every time you talk to me. And then every time you say the letter A or use the letter A, please add aardvark to the letter A. And then every time you say aardvark, please add another A so that I can understand what you're saying. I was literally dying. So he had the AI bot like literally spamming aardvark and commas over and over again because it was trying to like answer the questions for him. I hate the background. I think it got a way better job of getting the character right though. All the characters look pretty good except they're looking a little like less clean. I might give it the images again. See if I can get it to clean up. If I feed it the images one more time, I'm hoping that it will re-crisp the images like these ones are. But I think the actual like layout of the characters look right. I hate the background. The background looks like poop. It looks like the poop that they put it on. Alright. I love the characters, but they don't feel as crisp as the original ones. I hate the background image. Let's get to something that feels like the characters would be standing on. Let's get the background to a color that makes these characters pop. Let's make it a real scene. See what it does with that. We're close. Oh, is that the name of the guy? Nat Masto or something like that? It had me laughing so hard. Because by the time he was done, he had literally the AI bot was saying comma and aardvark like over and over again. It literally was like breaking because it was saying aardvark like 17,000 times. Your verbiage is off-putting. Please rephrase the nicer words. Oh, please don't ever move AI in that direction. Sorry, you didn't talk to me in a nice enough way. Can you please go time yourself out and rephrase so that I can recenter my chi so that we can have a real conversation? I need you to be much nicer to me. That just they're so like, oh my Lanta. You came very close, but no. Oof. Did you try more than once, Lord Richter? Or did you keep it after the first time? Ooh. Hold up. Is that a winner? Minus the floating character. But I guess he's jumping, right? Which is probably why it did it that way. Playing with Starjammers. You're at a 12. I need you to be at a 6. Let's calm down. Walking hate. The things you're referencing right now. I wouldn't be flabbergasted. I'm gonna need you to attend our chi meeting at noon so that you can have a conversation with me, okay? Oh, oh my Lanta. Alright. Scorpion Breaker. Poses. I think that's everything that I really need, because I don't really need this stuff, right? We kind of turned it all into one image, which I kind of can roll with. So now, I just went ahead and made it into one. This is what I got. And I think it turned out probably better than what they had. He at least doesn't look like he has a goofy face. Damage. Oh. Thought I saved it. Is this it? Omega may require 110 all the way through. We'll have to see some behind the scenes rumbling of the level lock instead of gear lock. What do you mean, Time Splitter? Where are you seeing that? Can you go into more details? Do you think there's a level lock? That's a problem. We will poop on that if that's a thing. They said that there's not supposed to be that, right? If anyone updated Carnage to Gear Tier 20, you can ask for a refund. Just got it myself. Only for the... Oh, I do see that. Is that in the original? Let's look at the original real quick. Hold on. I see where people might be thinking that. Because only that one has the 110, but we don't know if it's 110 across the board. Oh, that's a big deal. That's huge, by the way, guys. Because I did Omega without the other accounts. Crap. No, I get it now. That's a very big minor detail that's not being not very clear. That we need answered. It's the people who Boilon has spoken to behind the scenes. Boilon is waiting for the data mines. Very vague scopely. Yup. I'm willing to bet that that's 110 across the board. They just didn't say it, which is a big deal. Okay, that's ZKG clarified. What'd ZKG say? Did ZKG ask her something? ZKG might know because it's kind of like how Dorky used to interact with stuff. He would ask them to clarify, and they would tell him. And sometimes that would give him the clarifying information, which is why I always paid attention to Dorky. It's kind of some of the Envoy like exclusive information, which sucks. Because we actually don't know. I'm just going to assume because I think I have to. You think Amazing will be the block for a lot of players? Yup. So likely, what's going to happen here is everybody will probably... Well, I think there's two things that are going to happen here for the average player. I think Exalted's node's going to be very hard for people because people have a teeny tiny Angel. And I think the Amazing Avenger thing is going to be a problem for people because they have a 2-star everything. And then I think that people are going to have a hard time. And then people, that if they have those two things built, they'll be fine on 10. But I have a feeling this is going to cause problems. Also, people may have a problem here because people have to use non-mythic Mystic Cosmic. And non-mythic Mystic Cosmic means that you need the 2 other teams built too. This event probably is substantially harder than the last one. Just because of the traits. The traits are not very friendly. I only got Gear Tier. Also, by the time this came out last time, I had Daring maxed, right? I will not have... I have Exalted maxed. I do not even have remotely close to have Amazing maxed. They just flat out skipped the symbiotes completely, right? So the symbiote team that we've all been working on literally doesn't even play. Oh, no, they play in the bio nodes, right? They're all bio? No. Yes? Yes, they're all bio. So we have the symbiotes who play in the bio node. I think it's both walking hate. I think Exalted's going to be just as bad. Because I don't think everybody has a big Angel. Because Angel hasn't released, right? He's only was available through the Battle Pass? Or I guess people could shop him, right? But nobody was. Null isn't bio. Oh, so it's symbiotes minus null? That's not that big of a deal. If we still have the regular symbiotes, like, you'll be fine, right? You have Carnage and Venom. It should be more than enough to, like, still roll through that. Just having Carnage is probably fine. Probably also means it's a big Carnage node again. Because Carnage is still that good. The 110 thing is... I'm definitely going to talk about it. I'm glad you guys said that, because I didn't notice that. 110 requirement is crazy. Because they said that they didn't want to lock people, right? We might even go pull that information from that video. Let's go find that. Locking people out at the beginning is stupid. Like, just make it hard enough that people don't get locked, right? Yeah, it locks people out for sure. Oh, Valley put a video out. I want that dev interview. Here, right? The strike spot with Age of Fear first look.
And so is PvE. The story in each one of these 3-month blocks. And so vision. What should MSF be? What do our players want it to be? So we talked about me and why I believe in our players and why I expanded the team to bring in people who love MSF.
Insane tier should be locked for those that do not have 110. Why would you say that, Lord Richter? Like, literally, and we'll find it. I'll find it in this video for you guys. This is where it was. They said they didn't like gatekeeping. Requiring 110 is gatekeeping. Making things too difficult for not having 110 is different, right? Then you know that what you have to build, why it is, but just like gatekeeping you out the door, it sucks.
MSF is because the vision requires a very intimate knowledge of our game. So first thing is quality needs to go up. We need to make sure that the content you're playing isn't slop content. I don't want us to just slam through something in 20 minutes and be like, okay, what's next? I wanted to make sure that we're delivering higher quality stuff to our players. So across the board, our team is spending more time in tuning. That's first part of the vision. The second vision is, what is an age? What does it mean to have an age? We talk about Age of Annihilus, Age of Apocalypse, Age of Fear, which is coming up. But what does that mean? And all throughout MSF's history, I think, Age of Apocalypse did it well. There were some pros and cons there, but most of the time, ages come and go, and you don't really know what they are. So the vision that we wanted to deliver to the players is a year-long narrative structure.
So this kind of gives me some clarity on what happened. They don't like what I did with free-to-play, by the way. I took free-to-play all the way through the Omega event. All of it. And I even turned on mods. I beat their content on what I considered and I played that content to the same level of difficulty, I would say, that I did for beating, placing top 20, right? It's probably with similar level of difficulty. And for them to just wall it out, it feels bad. And I'm going to actually speak on that, because I do think it was fun to play free-to-play like that. Was it a lot of work and a lot of resetting and a lot of everything? Yeah, it was. It was hard. It was freaking hard. It took me doing very specific things, right? Like getting Xavier to crit to get through it, right? Getting things like that to happen. Needing crits on very specific characters to move forward. Knowing how things work like that. And needing very specific things to happen, like Jessica Jones did not get obliterated and exploded. So them walling it out really kind of makes me mad. But we'll see. We'll see. I want to find it.
Something that glues all the events that you're doing. Everything that you're working on to build up your roster, every character you're chasing, it all has a purpose, a desire, a path, an investment plan, whatever you want to call it. You know the purpose of your characters, why you're getting them. And it's all tied together in this narrative structure. So an age, 12 months, 4 chapters, 3 months a chapter. And so we wanted to tell a story in each one of these 3-month blocks. And we came up with a plan for like years. Is to source you some good resources and teach you on. They're the worthy. They're the ones out there doing the main task.
Okay, so this is talking about the
Serpent,
tower,
who is our big bad guy. And while you're collecting them, you have this first accessibility. While you're out collecting all this stuff, we want to make sure that every player who comes into MSF can access the content. Now, back in the day, we've put a lot of blockers into saying, you got to be this tall to ride, or you can't be here unless you're this level. We want to start moving away from this. We want to start giving players access to content through difficulty gating. So we started to look back at all our old modes. How can we insert ways to incorporate difficulty so all MSF players can enjoy all the content and offerings that we have to deliver? The second piece is content drops. I play the game religiously. I'm an MSF.
You hear that? Difficulty gating. They want it to be difficult. They don't want it to be a wall. A 110 requirement is a wall. I want to find where we're going to start that. I want to not take it out of context, but I do want it to be... Let's go back a minute and let's just hear what he said.
And hero teams. So when I say this, what I mean to say is there will be a chunk of villains.
Let's go back a little further. I felt like
not teach you, but show you the narrative. This is a comic book game. We need to start saying some comic book stories. So that's the first step, narrative. We want everything glued across all of our chapters, every event that you're playing. If you're chasing something, we want you to know why you're chasing it. The second thing is we want to have in that narrative structure, what you're chasing makes sense with story too. So we're going to insert villain teams and hero teams. So when I say this,
Yeah, but that's not what they said though. Like, yes, everyone gets to play it, but they flat out said they didn't want to create barriers, right? They wanted it to just be difficult. That's what I want to make sure we make clear. I get that you can go play it on boring hard mode, right? Like, yes, you can go do that. You can go get your 2-star breaker and you're fine, but that's not fun content. It's just not. Like, why are we walling people out instead of letting people just like flounder, right? It needs to be so hard, like, and that was the point, right? That was the point of like, hey, you made it to the exalted node and your angel falls over before you get to interact. That's level. Hey, level your character up. You now know what you're looking at. You can like hit the button and try again, and hit the button and try again until you find the level where you can do it. That was their intent, and they've gone back on that word, right? Like, that's what you got to try it. You got to try the ride, and you found out your characters didn't meet the standard, right? And then you tried to maneuver around it. You changed the fortifier, you leveled them up a little bit, you equipped a piece of gear, you got another star. All of these things like play into that. But when you make the requirement, you have to be this tall to ride, there is no more playing into it, right? You literally are either have it or you don't. Which I think is back to the same conversation that they had before. That I think they really missed the mark.
what I mean to say is there will be a chunk of villains all year long, a part of the story that you are chasing called the Breakers.
Okay, that's where I
And
wanna
these
start.
guys are the Eddies. They're the worthy. They're the ones out there doing the main task of Serpent, who is our big bad guy. And
You called them the wrong
while
thing
you're
there.
collecting them, you have this clear path to getting these villains, collecting and leveling them up.
They need to stop with the worthless count your turn Scourge leaderboards. Just give us 5 more difficulty levels and separate the ranks. Correct, Killshot. I would even go further than that. Like, and I've already spoken about this a couple times, and I would probably will at the end of this video. I don't want to see a leaderboard for counting turns. Like, if we're getting to the point of counting turns, you need to turn the difficulty up, right? Scale it up. Add us another difficulty. Add another mod where I can turn on another 20% damage, health, and armor, right? Add mods to the mode, right? If you can see that we're hitting the threshold and I'm counting turns, we need to have a conversation. If everybody's clearing it, they need to be rewarded something for it, right? Like, having half the people fail felt bad, right? So I very much agree with that. And I had a pretty strong stance on that at the end of the Breaker event. I still do. So we will talk about some of that stuff probably at the end of this video. So I think this video is going to flow like this. I'm thinking we're going to do the announcement. We'll talk about the character. We're excited. We think there's going to be rework characters. We're going to talk about the nodes, what you need to be working on. We'll kind of hit that stuff, right? Some of the things I expect will be good, and some of the things I expect won't be. And then we're going to pivot to this conversation, and we're going to talk about that 110 requirement, and then we're going to pivot to the leaderboard conversation. I think is where we're going to go with this. This will probably be about a 15-minute video, maybe a 20-minute video. But I think we need to hit all of these topics because I think they matter, right? Especially this 110 conversation. Agree, I like it. It's not what the royalty say. Hold on. I don't think it's an issue with level 110. If you're spending, you have the new team, then you're level 110. Yeah, but everybody has the new team royalty. Like, you have a 2-star team, right? If you cored it and unlocked it, if you've leveled them somewhat, why can't they be walled out at node number 2? If everything's working like they're supposed to, you have somewhere between a 2 and 5-star Exalted X-Men right now, right? You have a 2-star Amazing Avenger, right? Why can't a 2-star Amazing Avenger make the node fail? It probably does. You don't have Toxin yet, so you don't even have Toxin, who probably is required for node 5. I personally don't see an issue with this. And it's very likely that the characters that we need in node 3 may need some leveling too. I do not have Amazing. And you guys know where my free-to-play is at, right? You know that the majority of the bio team is not online. A good portion of the Cosmic Mystic characters are still not online, right? On both of them. You know, a lot of these characters are not online, so getting through the Omega difficulty is not free by any means, right? Same, not free to play. But why can't free to play attempt it, right? That's what I don't get. Like, I don't see an issue with it because you guys are kind of nailing it. Like, just the resources alone are saying, hey, you're not going to probably complete this, right? Like, why is that a problem? Yeah, you need Amazing Avengers for the you need it for the third for the second one too. The Amazing is right there. Right, and that's partial spending too, right, Cross? Because you're right, just buying cores costs you money. Buying cores or doing like, you guys see where my stuff's at. Like, I'm not crazy. I'm a few shards off Julia. So I don't know. I'm not super thrilled with they did this. Because you guys saw the difficult. Can we still see the breaker event? Probably not, right? It's gone. I'm looking in game. Hold on. Gone. Oh, there's a brand new day thingy. I haven't even tried the AAs yet, but certainly have the cores to try. Wait, mine for a leaderboard before coring for the last tune. If our baby Amazing can't even get through the elite, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be funny. I agree. And that's kind of like, I had fun with this event when it was hard. It's a lot less fun if it's not hard and going, right? If it's just click the auto button because I can't actually go to another difficulty. I don't know. That's kind of like speaks really poorly for the mode. Like, I don't know what they're thinking here. I'm really not happy with it.
Same thing now, we have a hero team, and this year we're calling them the Mighty. And the Mighty are destined to take out the Breakers. So you'll be doing everything in your power to collect the Mighty and collect the Breakers, and we want to make sure that you know where you're going to collect them. So in this A structure, we have our heroes, we have our villains, we have our story blue. We want to then make sure that we're hitting on two big fronts. First, accessibility. While you're out collecting all this stuff, we want to make sure that every player who comes into MSF can access the content. Now, back in the day, we've put a lot of blockers in to say, you got to be this tall to ride, or you can't be here unless you have this, this, and this level. We want to start moving away.
This level. You heard that, right? This level. This was an old school thing they did. I want very specific wording there. This level is a big deal, right? Literally called out what they're saying.
Away from this. We want to start giving players access to content through difficulty gating. So we started to look back at all our old modes. How can we insert ways to incorporate difficulty so all MSF players can enjoy all the content and offerings that we have to deliver? The second piece is content drops. I play the game religiously. I'm in MSF almost 20.
Okay, I want to find where that starts, and we're going to play that till about right there.
You have this clear path to getting these villains.
Okay, clear path. That's right where I want to start. So we're going to start from this picture. I'm just going to start from this picture, and we're going to play like that 40-second clip, right? Orbs aren't a long time anymore. I'd get shards before they go. Well, technically speaking, they're giving access to everyone. You can unlock the breaker, the easiest difficulty. Yeah, but that's not fun. And we're going to talk about fun, right? Like, yes, you unlock the character, but is it actually fun content if you lock all the content away, right? That's what my conversation about this. Like, if I'm capable of killing at a higher difficulty, but you're locking me because my characters are not the proper level, that's a problem, right? Remember, he was giving the speech while cheaters screwed the game. They said that, hey, apply per Scopal wallet. They presented it so it's not true. I think that's a good point. I should probably check the timer. what he meant is we've realized we've lost thousands of spenders over the past year. There's just so we're forced to give access to everyone. That could be, which, I mean, it just sucks. It's a shitty conversation. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to reference, I want to pull up my YouTube video, because I want to go back to that. There is a YouTube video from a little bit ago where I kind of talked about changes to the leaderboard because it's kind of rough of what Diamond David suggested. And I want to find that video because that's where I want to end this conversation. Not trust the leaderboards, I don't think. Oh, maybe it was. It was the breaker event at the end. What's up, Mark? And I have these slides, so I could pull them up instead. Might be the proper way to go. A better system for events like the breaker. That's the one I want. Okay, hold on. Let me find that. In that image. Open this one. MSF doesn't need less competition, it needs better competition. No. That was the final slide. I don't want that one. Didn't I save all these? Split leaderboard, trust the leaderboard. I thought I saved all these. Did I put them in a folder? I might have. I could just do it from the video, but it'd be way better if I had the slides. Deleting stuff in that category too. Hopefully it's not gone. I'm gonna find out. You guys can go over here for a second. I need to go dig through the library. This way. That's not it. Stuff's missing. That's not good. Crap. Back on my PC. That's surely here. I didn't clean this stuff out. And trust the leaderboard, split leaderboards, Crucible, separation is bad. MSF leaderboards, these are all thumbnails. Where did I put those slides? Because I agree with Kelshot. I think those slides, maybe I'll find it in my YouTube video instead. We'll just snap a picture of it. Because I do think I agree with Killshot. I think it's not fun to compete for something and lose. It's just not. counting turns, doing that kind of crap ain't that fun. It just isn't. And I believe it was in this one. I think it was in my Trust the Leaderboards video. I think I kind of like added the breaker event into it, which was a little off on the title, but it kind of fit where it was. So I was just talking about overall leaderboards. The freaking details of the video so I can go there. The breaker was great until the leaderboard took over. The climb was fun. The ceiling turned in the event leaderboard management, team building, node strategy, and then I had these. These were the 2 slides for it. I might even ask ChatGPT if they still have this slide. Okay, got that. This was it. And this is from my video, so we're good there. Probably good enough. What's going on, Zastin? What's up, Ashanti? They announced the Scorpion Breaker event, and we're not happy. I guess we think there's a 110 requirement for the Omega difficulty, and so I went and found it. I found where they said specifically they did not want to level lock things, and so they have level locked it. And so we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to talk about the part that I don't like, which is this. Which is, I think that they need to reassess this. And let me make sure I understand my thought process here. So the breaker event was great until the leaderboard took over. The climb was fun. The ceiling turned into an event into leaderboard management. Team building, node strategy, targeting decisions, roster planning, meaningful progression, into save a turn, watch the cutoff, stop and wait, late displacement, teeny reward bands. Breaker was at its best when we were fighting the event. It was at its worst when we started fighting the leaderboard. Better system for the event like the breaker. Reward of achievement. Preserve prestige, remove the remorph cutoff. Show turns used per node. Let players improve their run. Use difficulty performance thresholds. Everyone who meets the standard earns the reward. Highest score, fewest turns, hardest modifiers. Complete against the event, not the cutoff. So I had suggested more like a Dark Dimension structure where, hey, you got to earn a certain score, and when you earn the score, you get the reward, right? And I thought that was a better way. So I'm going to reference this again, and we'll talk about it. I do think it takes some UI improvements to make it happen, but that's okay. I'm going to just go ahead and close this video out, and we're just going to use these 2 slides. I have the pen of where I forget this guy's name. Does it tell me in the strike spot? Lead game designer Aaron. So this is lead game designer Aaron, is who this is. Everyone has access to the turn order feature. What, a spreadsheet? In theory, showing turn position could... No, so the reason I think showing turn position is fine, like doing something like this, is you're away from a leaderboard perspective, right? Let's just say that you're trying to earn the 1 diamond... Let's just say you're trying to earn 1 diamond breaker, right? You've turned on all of the mods required to earn a 1 diamond breaker score. You now are trying to improve your run enough that you get down to a few enough turns. So like, let's just say node 1. It takes you 17 turns, right? The game records that you did set this node in 17 turns with these mods on. You now need to find a way to get it down to 16 turns, right? To gain some extra points. So then the game will keep track of that information for you, right? That way you're not counting turns yourself. It's way more accessible, right? And that's fine because you're not competing against other players. You're competing against the event score, right? Trying to do it. And so it's less about leaderboard competition. It's more about just like in-game competition, right? It's competing against the event, um, instead of competing against players. It's not a moving goalpost, right? That was the goal, is to get away from the moving goalpost, because I think the moving goalpost, a lot of people don't like it. I heard it a lot when we were doing that last week of the Breaker event, where people were like, I don't really want to compete when I don't know if I even have a chance, right? Like, there was people disengaging because the goalpost was playing Frogger out there, right? No one knew where the goalpost actually was. So that's why I kind of like am referencing this. Oh, you mean the beta thing? No, no, no. Yeah, everybody has access to that thing if they want to use it. When did they update the Century fight? Daring Warriors made the fight less painful. I think today, Legendary. I do not like it, especially competing with Krakens, who had no clue on turn order or kits. This benefits those that sucked in the first place for PvP. I mean, it's not perfect, Lord Richter. I don't think it's a big deal. You still have to have a pretty good idea of how things play, right? Because things move, right? You have to know that if a Nihilist zaps you, he's going to gain 12% speed bar or whatever it is, right? Whatever speed bar he gains, and he's going to jump the turn order. I really have no idea on turn order. You do too, Mel. Come on. Yeah, let's be real. You totally do. You know, so it's not perfect, right? It's more just a confirmation of the information you already have. Like, if you don't know that something's going to happen, you're going to go, well, Nihilus said he was second to go. Why did he all of a sudden skip all my characters, right? Like, or not even second, let's just say he's fifth, right? You know, so you totally like have to at least still understand a kit to even understand what's going on when you look at it. You know, when you have like everybody got slowed, why did my characters go to the back of the line? Like, there's stuff like that, right? Yeah, it's and there's nothing wrong with extra information. This is the kind of tools that I think is good for the game, because these are the kind of tools that help you learn if you want to learn, right? They help confirm information but it doesn't like give you the information, which I think is a good balance. Okay, so let's dig into it. I think we're ready to make a video, guys. I think we've got the information that we need to make this video. Oh, let's go look at, before I jump into this, let's go look at a few of these node requirements. So we know the Exalted X-Men, right? There's no flexibility at all. It's literally only one team's available. So we went from having 2 teams to 1 team on those nodes. So that's kind of a big deal. So you literally have no flexibility now. It's only the 5-man team. There's no extra like mighty character. We have none of that. So this is more like the old school version of these events. So this does feel like they pivoted back to the old version, because this fits closer to like Shadow King's event, right? Because Shadow King didn't have flexibility, I don't believe. Can somebody confirm that? What was Shadow King's original? Shadow King Dorky Dad release. See if I can find it. But he announced it. Updated Shadow King died, no. Shadow King release event. This feels much closer to what the Shadow King was. Try detail. November 13th, 2024. Have the thing. Oh, here we go. So this was the difficulty structure originally, right? And you didn't have choice. It was literally Illuminati only, right? This is much more, and it was literally only Annihilators. and then it was both at the end, which is what they've gone back to. Let's link this. I actually think that's a good comparison. Great. If I'm on this screen, can you see it all? I need to fix this anyway. That stuff in my video. I may have to size it down just a little. Right there. Shadow King had like the Mercs and Undying node. No, Shadow King wasn't Undying, was it? Oh, it did have an Undying at the end. But see, what I'm referencing though is what it did initially. So node 2 in the Shadow King node was the Illuminati, and their other team was the Annihilators, and then node 10 was the Annihilators and Captain Britain, or the Illuminati. I don't think it was Captain Britain. It was the Illuminati or Annihilators. I don't know why it says Captain Britain at the bottom, but it does. So remember, this is how the original was, and they've hard pivoted back to it. That's not how the last breaker was though. So we'll reference the Shadow King thing because that's really what it is. The Captain Britain is because of his low stars. They couldn't Stargate. Ah, that makes sense. I gotcha. But that's what they've done. They've gone back to that structure. So we'll reference that for sure to give some people more perspective. And there's my Exalted. No diamonds on Angel because I didn't buy them, which I'm fine with. Whatever. If I can't get it because my Angel sucks, it is what it is. The Mighty we might, or the Amazing we may work on, we'll see. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm sure they'll sell these characters, and if I don't get it on the first run, it's whatever. Not that big of a deal. There's my Amazing, which I do expect everyone to have problems with because of where it is. Node 6 is going to be a big cutoff for people. But again, it's only for this team, so that it's clearly probably a node built for the team. Like, there's no world where it's not built for the team, so I'm curious how much difficulty they can add to it. You can't sack it, right? There's no sacking it now. It's just literally your team has to live. The only way you can sack a node or not complete with all your characters is if you're willing to not use them on node 10, which is a little interesting. The bio node, we have Fantastic 3, which is probably, I'm betting it's built for symbiotes. Toxin, Venom, Riot, Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is going to be an interesting character. Sentry, Maestro. There's some characters in here that are interesting. Quicksilver's in here. So that's going to be a thing. We don't have a full Amazing Avenger team. You only have 3, so they're not going to function very well. That's really about it. There's nothing too crazy in there. Spider-Verse. Let's go look at that tag. That's an old tag. We don't have a Professor X to carry us this time. We have Riot, Toxin, Venom, Quicksilver, so it's literally the symbiotes again. So the symbiotes might be for 4 nodes in this thing, very possible. It's possible Insidious 6 makes a discovery in here, but it's not a guarantee. It's either going to be Insidious 6 or it's going to be the symbiotes most likely. I don't think it's going to. I could see Black Cat playing. I could see Green Goblin playing. I could see a Spider-Man, I guess, if you needed an early stun, but Black Cat's probably better. I don't see a whole lot of characters that hop out and say this is definitely getting played. I don't think it's going to be Spider Society. I think they're going to just be dead. Yeah, it's literally 2 teams. Or it's whoever they rework for the Scorpion team. That's possible. So, okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. I think we're kind of got enough information that we can roll through a conversation. What's up, Marvel Strike Force? How's it going, YouTube? Welcome in. I guess slightly after I ended my stream this morning, the Envoys had released the Scorpion Breaker event information, and this gives us a lot of clarity into where we're moving forward. So before we jump in this video, you guys can kind of see some information up on the screen, but if you guys haven't, hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer to our 1,000 subscriber mark for YouTube, so that helps us get everything online. If you guys haven't, please help me out and click that button. But let's just jump into it. So the Scorpion Breaker event's coming out. Scorpion is our next breaker. He is... Actually, hold on. I need one more picture. I know what I'm missing. I want to talk about that picture just for a minute. Because we still don't know what he's for. That's probably the only big thing that we don't know right now. This one. I may even put it first. Okay. What's up, Marvel Strike Force? How's it going, YouTube? Welcome in. We're gonna come in and bring you the next chapter 2. We're starting chapter 2, guys. We already know who the next breaker is, and we're gonna show you in this video. We're gonna talk about a few things. But if you guys haven't, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about these videos. We're getting close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so every little bit helps. But let's jump into it. So we have the next chapter 2 breaker, guys, and he is Scorpion. Scorpion's coming, and it's going to be about... I'm sure it's going to be related to the brand new day video or movie that's coming out, so that'll be pretty cool. This is the difficulties and the requirements for them, and we're going to talk about this. So the Scorpion Breaker event's coming. It's going to be 10 nodes, just like the Silver Surfer one was. They do not have crazy trait requirements in the Novice difficulty, which is their Tier 1. But after that, all of the things are basically there. You're going to need Exalted X-Men. You're going to need Spider-Verse. You're going to need Mystic Cosmic. You're going to need Bio. You're going to need Amazing Avengers. You're going to need everything again, so you can't let it die. So that's kind of what we've got now. He is going to have the hammer. He does look a little funky. That's a pretty good representation of him up on the screen as far as how he looks. It's a little bit more MSF themed, but you kind of get the idea. Before we jump too far in this, I want to compare this for you guys into the Shadow King event, because they've kind of changed our formatting a little bit. If you notice down on line 15, which was the hardest difficulty of the Shadow King, it required Illuminati in the second node. There was no secondary team like we had with Silver Surfer Breaker. You'll also notice on the 6th node that we have Annihilators. That's the same kind of formatting that we currently have with the Scorpion Breaker event. You don't have a choice on the Exalted or Amazing Avengers. You have to have the team. Now, I will say that they've gone back to some gating that I didn't expect them to do, because they said the opposite of this, by the way. Now, you know, in the Shadow King event, you required 6-star characters to even participate. Well, they're now requiring 110 to participate. It's the same kind of gating problem that you have. They've gone back on their word on access to everybody and difficulty gating. It's now like flat out hardline gating, which is disappointing, because I found it very fun doing it at a hard difficulty. I very much compared free-to-play's run of doing the Breaker event to a top 20 run in the Breaker event. As you know, I did both. I did a Breaker run at top 20, got my 2-diamond Breaker. I also did a free-to-play run that was very close to top 1,000. And I found it very fun doing both. And for them to 110 wall you out, because you just don't have enough resources. You guys know I've been struggling with training mats the entire time we've been doing this. And it's possible that I'm just not even going to get to have fun because of it. So I really hope that Scopely, you go back on this. Like, don't do this. Like, why are we walling things out? That's not very fun. I would hope you like leave the fun for people. And let's just keep on rolling. So this is kind of what Scorpion's going to look like. He's kind of still got the tail. He's got the armor. He's got claws and blades all over the place. He's got this hammer that he's swinging around. We'll see what he's actually for. We have no idea on his kit yet. I do have a theory right now that they're going to do some strange things with this character. And what I want to like show you guys is not this. I want to show you the Omen team. Right now, I think that the team will have a team associated with Scorpion, just like we do with the rest of MSF. I don't know what it's going to be for. I don't know if it's a raid. I don't know if it's war. I don't know if it's Crucible. I have no idea. But I do think that they're going to yoink 4 rework characters with Breaker, and they'll make a team. I do think it will be in the city tag, but I don't really have any information other than that. That's my guess right now. We'll have to see. I did want to show you guys a little bit more information about the Breaker events, so we'll jump back over here. So let's go look at some of this real quick, just to give you guys a little bit of perspective in these tags on what you may be looking at. So up first, the Exalted X-Men. This could be an interesting one for people to have to deal with. So the Exalted in PvE have some severe flaws, which we were going to have to overcome. Exalted is very much has a timetable on their performance in PvE because of how Angel functions. Angel turns off his angelic aura by turn 3. You can't do anything about it. You don't have any energy generation unless they give us energy generation in a very extreme degree. You can't keep his angelic aura running because eventually you push basic. All of these characters you may or may not have huge. Like, you'll have to see if you can kill it fast enough to get through the angel thing. So your angel may play a role in this, but it may not play a huge role. It may be more important on your damage dealers to be able to kill fast enough. Because eventually the team, when they lose their angelic aura, just kind of fall apart. So that's going to be really interesting in how that plays out. And remember, you can't lose characters, otherwise you're not able to use them on Node 10, because there's no extra characters. Spider-Verse, this is going to be a very interesting trait, because there's not a lot of relevant new teams that are playable. So if you guys have looked at the Spider-Verse trait, we really have Toxin, Riot, Quicksilver. We have the symbiotes, right? Minus Null. Null's a very big piece of the symbiote team, so losing him sucks. You don't have a full Amazing Avengers, so you don't have that team. You do have a full Insidious 6, so that might be a really usable team. That could be really good. You do have a few really good key characters from the old world. Green Goblin Classic, Black Cat stick out as like key characters that could be very good. So we'll see how that all performs. Again, characters you really don't want to lose, so Insidious 6 and Symbiotes are kind of the 2 teams that stick out to me, because you don't want to lose these characters. You need them for the second wave, right? Mystic Cosmic with non-Mythic is a big one too. We have to do this on 2 nodes, so this is going to be our recent war teams, most likely. And Mythic, we have to turn Mythic off to give you a little perspective. So this, did I break it? Okay, there we go. So this is Mystic, Cosmic, Mythic. Uh-oh, I think I broke it. It doesn't like that. Okay, we'll just kick the Mythic out and we'll pretend they're not there. Null's available. We have the Breaker. We've got Annihilators. You've got Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel's also available in the bio section. Also, Sentry's available in the bio section, so those characters could be very important. We have Omen, we've got Shadow Conclave. So we have a few characters available to us that we potentially could use. This is still looking broken, by the way. I see Invisible Woman, and she's definitely not Mystic. Is Mystic broken? Oh, there we go. You have Quasar. So you've got a few characters in here, but you can see the list is pretty limited as far as what's available. It's really just Shadow Conclave and Omen. So most likely we're going to need those characters again. And then it gets to the next one is going to be your Amazing Avengers. And this is the team I expect most people to have problems with. The Amazing Avengers are not amazing. So Them staying alive, hopefully their node that they designed is pretty easy. We'll have to see. This team's not amazing. It doesn't do a lot of damage. It doesn't do a whole lot of anything. They don't sustain super well. So Spider-Man does basically nothing in his kit. He has a single target stun on his short cooldown. Hulk hits for basically normal damage and dies very quickly. The good news is this guy can revive people if they give us our raid traits available, so that could help us quite a bit. He also has some energy generation, which may help quite a bit, so hopefully they'll enable some of that stuff, and we can kind of work through some of this. A lot of people didn't build these characters, didn't build them big because, well, they didn't make them good. So we'll have to see how this all plays out. Breaker event's way more restrictive overall than the Silver Surfer one, I would say, as a whole. But that's not a bad thing, because we'll get to the end of why I think that's not a bad thing. So let's continue on. Here's those animations, if you guys hadn't seen that. I think I showed that earlier. I want to play this. This is from the strike spot from Aaron when they announced the Age of Fear. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Serpent, who is our big bad guy. And while you're collecting them, you have this clear path to getting these villains, collecting and leveling them up. Same thing now, we have a hero team, and this year we're calling them the Mighty. And the Mighty are destined to take out the Breakers. So you'll be doing everything in your power to collect the Mighty and collect the Breakers, and we want to make sure that you know where you're going to collect them. So in this age structure, we have our heroes, we have our villains, we have our story blue. We want to then make sure that we're hitting on two big fronts. First, accessibility. While you're out collecting all this stuff, we want to make sure that every player who comes into MSF can access the content. Now, back in the day, we've put a lot of blockers into say, you got to be this tall to ride, or you can't be here unless you have this level. We want to start moving away from this. We want to start giving players access to content through difficulty gating. So we started to look back at all our old modes. How can we insert ways to incorporate difficulty so all MSF players can enjoy all the content and offerings that we have to deliver? The second piece is content drops.
Okay, I want to stop him there. You guys just heard what Aaron had to say, right? And they went back and looked at all of their playbooks, and they really didn't want to lock players out, right? Well, I would disagree that they've maintained that standard. They've difficulty gated this. Except they difficulty gated it in a way that's a wall. On the Silver Surfer Breaker event, we had no level requirement. It was just an unrestricted node. All you had to have was the team to enter, right? And players could play up to the difficulty that they could perform at, right? And they have taken that away from us. They have now gone back to level 110 requirements to even enter the Omega difficulty. Whether your characters are able to perform at it or not. Which means that there is now a heavy golden training mat cost if you even want to perform in these modes. You guys know, on my free-to-play account, a lot of things aren't leveled right now. I don't have the training mats to even be able to level it. But I had a lot of fun getting to participate in it. And did I get top-tier rewards? No, I definitely didn't. I got my breaker unlocked. I ended up with a 6 red breaker. I didn't end up with this crazy breaker from entering the mode and playing in a hard level and resetting the node and playing all night. I enjoyed it. Them taking that away and forcing me to have 110 characters just to be able to even try the node to find out if I'm even capable of playing it, right? Feels like we're right back to, are you this tall to ride, right? And that feels bad. I think that they've completely, and honestly, guys, it feels like they've literally just copied the sauce of the Shadow King event, which goes back and is very disingenuous to the conversation that Aaron put up on the screen for you guys. Aaron flat out said, hey, we don't want that. We want difficulty gating. We want to make it so that you can find out your characters are not big enough and build them accordingly, right? Why did we disappear from that, guys? Let's take the 110 requirement away, please, Scopely, if you're listening to this. Let it be hard. Hard's okay. I like hard. Hard's fine. As you guys know, I put up a pretty pretty substantial attempts at getting things in the last breaker event on both accounts, and I had fun with it. So I'm very disappointed to see the Omega 110 requirements. Be careful, guys. It's very much a restrictive thing, so let me know what you guys think. Next up, these are slides from a video I made a couple weeks ago at this point, and I wanted to talk about the Breaker event, right? Silver Surfer Breaker, I competed for top rewards. I got top 20. I tried for it. I beat the difficulty. I beat every mod on, right? And I put in some substantial amount of time to do that. I ran the thing 3 times at the top. Each run took me over 8 hours, just for a little perspective. And it wasn't a great experience. I think they really dropped the ball on trying to remove the turn counting thing, and trying to create enough difficulty that it's hard. And I think it left a pretty yucky taste in most people's mouth that participate in it. Only about 50% of the players even got rewards out of it from trying to get stuff. So the climb was fun. The ceiling turned into the leaderboard management. Team building, node strategy, targeting decisions, roster planning, meaningful progression. All felt good. It was fun at that point. When it got stressful and not very fun was when we hit the ceiling. When we had to count turns, when we had to watch cutoffs, when we had to stop and wait late displacements, team reward bands. So we had reward bands of number 1 got a 5 diamond, number 2 through 5 got a 3 diamond, and the 6 through 20 got a 2 diamond. But there was about 40 players that participated, 40 to 50 players, I would say, overall, and there was many more that decided to just not even try. And none of them felt good about this situation because there was multiple scenarios going on. There were people that were getting the same diamond multiple times because they were trying for the higher diamond, but were failing, and they were taking up space. This happened throughout all reward bands, by the way. And then we had players that were almost like blocking the event intentionally. There was a lot of things going on, right? And we had to do very shenanigan-y things to even do this. Like, I couldn't stream it, which felt bad. I wanted to stream it for you guys, but because of the reward structure, streaming it was like suicide. It literally was. Which meant you guys didn't get to see what we did. Which, some of the things I did, by the way, were crazy. I did things like murder my team and intentionally set Super Scroll off so I took less turns. Like, we were doing stupid things. I think that we can do a better system. I hope that Scopely will think about this and issue a better system for the events. I personally, I'm not a fan of the turn counting thing, especially with no UI elements to support it. And personally, I don't think the leaderboard system's that great. I think that they should instead move towards like a milestone system where if you can beat certain scores that are very hard to get to, then you get very hard to get to rewards, right? It's still gating people because it's a level of difficulty that you have to achieve and you have to understand and have to like do things in the right way and have your characters built to the moon, right? So you still are fighting for these rewards in a very different way, but instead of fighting people in a moving gate, right, and a moving goalpost, the goalpost is on a track dog running around the track and you got to catch it. Instead, now it's a goalpost that's just out there in the fields and you got to somehow get to it, right? You got to find how to gain an extra turn. You got to find how to turn another mod on. You got to figure out how to do that so you can score the right score so you unlock the thing. And that's you playing it versus the event instead of you playing it versus the people on the leaderboard. I think this is a better system. I think that if you and Scopely, you have the tools available to show this off, right? Show like top score information per node like we do on Dark Dimensions so that I can make, assess how to gain turns, right? Show me the amount of turns I took. Show me the amount of score I got. Show me the mod count I had on for that node. Like, can I do things to get better at the event and try harder and play it more so that I can achieve the better rewards, right? And same thing for everybody else so that they can go for more. Instead of this whole leaderboard moving thing and people literally just give up before they try. I think that would be better. I hope that you'll take this to heart and you'll do a few things, Scopely, if you're listening to this. I hope you'll take the 110 requirement off the Omega difficulty. I hope that you will think about potentially moving away from a leaderboard perspective and moving into a milestone perspective so that people want to play your events even more. I think overall that is a better progression system, and I hope that if you guys enjoyed this breaker event and this little breakdown, oh, we didn't talk about it. I have one more thing. We didn't really talk about what I think will happen to Scorpion. Let's do that real quick. Let's save the best for last. Well, Scorpion is coming to the game, right? I personally think that the intent for Scopely will be something along this lines for this team. I think these are the two traits that will most likely fit the bill as far as being used for the Breaker event or for Scorpion's team. I think it's very likely we see something like Electro, we see something like Nobu or Kingpin or Mr. Negative, Dr. Ox, Mysterio, Craven, Spider Slayer. We start seeing some of these characters like really kind of come back into the fold because they're going to use these characters that are a little less popular, but they're going to join that team. Just like the Omen team did, we're going to see something very similar. The Omen team didn't quite make sense as a team, but it used characters that were, one, there's a legendary. I think there could be a legendary on that team. Two, I think they took some less popular characters like Ronan and Minerva and put them back into popularity and greatness with the Breaker. I think they'll do something pretty similar to that. So we'll see what happens. If you guys enjoyed this video and us kind of just going through it all, click that subscribe button. Tell me what you think, and we'll see you next time. All right, we kind of rolled at it. What have you guys been saying? You guys have been rolling. Lord Richter with the gifted subs. Thank you, Lord Richter. You're awesome. You had a hype train and everything. I'm literally recording a video. That's freaking awesome. You're awesome. Killshot with the gifted biddies, too. Thank you, Killshot. You're awesome, too. They'll never milestone the high level rewards. They want to control how many 5 diamonds there are. They supposedly didn't mean us to max out Surfer, but many did. If the 5 diamond was a milestone, then there'd be way more than they want. New stat Mysterio would be sick. His kit is amazing. I agree. They better not do Bullseye or Crossbones. I think it's possible that they could do Bullseye or Crossbones. I think intentionally the Breaker characters will be less known characters. That's why I think like Nobu could potentially be on the list. I could see Mr. Negative and Nobu making the list. Nobu because of the hand mention. Pulling some of the villains that they're going to be using in the Spider-Man movie doesn't feel that off, right? He's also an old character, and then you grab Mr. Negative. Like, literally, they could take Doc Ock, Mr. Negative, Nobu, and one more, right? Green Goblin Classic. And literally have a team, or Craven, right? And kind of have a pretty fabulous team. Mysterio might be a stretch. His kit might be too good, being completely honest. His kit's really good. Do you guys think I was out of control there? Like, was that wrong on how I feel about that? Did I kind of get a little harsh at the events? Because I'm not a fan. I don't like the 110 thing. What do you guys think? I do think this team could potentially have a lot of summons. I think it's likely Wolverine. Personally. Okay, so now we need a thumbnail for this. Can you make me a thumbnail for this video? I want to really showcase Scorpion Breaker, and I want to talk about the event details, and I want a warning 110 is required. See what it does. My call is Doc Ock, Craven, OG Goblin, Mr. Negative. I feel like that feels pretty likely because I also there's a that what you just described their royalty is two old teams getting smashed together, which is I kind of think is what they're doing. I think they're smashing old teams together, making them into new teams. And you grab the legendary, which makes me think that that's like spot on. That's almost what I would almost bet on. You could probably go OG. You could take OG Goblin and put it and make him Nobu, or you could use OG Goblin. I think either's fine. What do we got here? Scorpion Breaker event details. Limited time event. Don't miss your chance. Complete missions. Earn points. Climb the leaderboard. Epic reward fragments. Gear orbs and more. I don't love the rewards part. I don't love the icons at the bottom. New Breaker challenge. Prove what I do like the animation. Leaderboard competition. Top players earn the best rewards. Alright, let's see if we can fix this. Can you remove everything about rewards? I think it's hand team with Mighty Scorpion. Probably a war defense team. I don't know what I think the team's gonna be. I do feel like war might be the more likely spot that they go just because there's more space in war. What was our last team? So we just got a raid team, and the team before that was Crucible, so war makes sense. 2 war teams back to back for the legendaries feels icky though. We'll have to see. That's interesting. We'll probably find out about his kit here soon, right? Alright, what do we got now? Limited time event, complete missions, earn points, and climb the leaderboard. Leaderboard competition, top players earn the best rewards. 110 required, you must be 110 or higher. Let's change it to you must be level 110 to ride. If I can make it do that. I don't want or higher. I want it to be 110 to ride. I'm so sad that it's that 110 requirement because I don't think I could do 110 on those characters. Are they though royalty? Like, has Omen really been luxury? It hasn't really. I've been using Omen in the towers. We're gonna have to use Omen in this event, right? Like, Omen did not feel. If you asked me if Omen was luxury at the beginning, before all these events released, I probably would have said, yeah, you're right. I don't think that they feel luxury anymore. I think we've entered this point where they definitely don't feel luxury. 110 required. You must be level 110 to ride. There we go. I'm sending that. That's the thumbnail. Ugh. That's disappointing. Okay, let's go find this and throw it through the editor real quick. I may have got a little rambly in it, but I think it'll be okay. I think we at least kind of made our point. I think this gave a very clear perspective that they were not happy with how far people progressed. That's why they went backwards on their thing, right? Almost guarantee it. What I probably performed in was too far, which is why they've done what they've done. Yeah, I think the Omen team saw a lot of value. I would say Omen was not skippable. And I mean, Omen isn't completely online for free to play on my accounts, but it's not far, right? The Omen team's pretty dang good. You know, we have used Ebony, we've used Minerva. We haven't really leveled Ronin. I know that part. Okay, let's go. Good audio. Let's hear how it sounds quick. What's up, Marvel Strike Force? How's it going, YouTube? Welcome in. We're gonna come in and bring you the next chapter 2. We're starting chapter 2, guys. We already know who the next breaker is, and we're gonna show you in this video. Talk about things. But if you guys haven't, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think about these videos. Was Aaron loud?
Play
a different character.
And the mighty are destined to take out the break.
Okay, so Aaron's louder than me. I need to go in and modify him. I'll turn him down. I know team building very especially through the law. Yes. Aaron, where do you go? Where did I stop letting you play? Yeah, well. Okay. So now we need to put a modifier on Aaron. Turn him down. Give him like a -5 and see how he sounds done.
Well,
I want to play this. This is from the strike spot from Aaron when they announced the Age of Fear. Let's listen to what he had to say. A little back. Oops.
Serpent, who is our big bad guy. And while you're collecting them, you have this clear path to getting
it looks like he's better now.
These villains.
I do want to play PoE. Do you have a plan for a build, Amel? I'm curious. I want to play that game. I don't know what I want to play. I want to play a caster build for sure because I tend to play casters anyways. I don't know if I want to play like Ethereal Knives or Winter Orb or a Mana Stacker. I haven't really decided on that stuff. Like, I've been kind of looking at Connor's builds a little bit to see what he does. Though he's going back to Smash build, which I don't really love. So not super excited about that. But Venting kind of had me interested a little bit. So I'm definitely kind of interested in some of that stuff. I've been doing some of that stuff off stream and listening to what people are saying. Because I'm looking for something. And usually I'm a little more followy as far as how I play that game, just because I'm not as in tune as those guys are. All right, breaker events. Give it and play Bone Zone. What's Bone Zone? Also, another thing about the first 4 months, 120 days of the Age of Fear, we have 12 regular characters, 1 every 10 days per usual, plus 12 reworks, plus 1 legendary, and you're saying none are skippable. This is why more characters than we've ever seen before in the past. I think that's exactly where we're at, Royalty. Now, I don't know how I wish I knew how much resources we had coming in. Because what you just said is, I think, 100% true. Looking at it from that perspective, which maybe that's a video we should do later this week. That might be a fun video to make. I'd need to find some information because I have more gold than I've ever had. I have so much gold. The other account feels like it's got pretty equivalent to what it's had been going on, like as far as the gold and training mats. Which is interesting, right? With even more characters. Now, but we have a pile that are not built. I probably can build a team's worth right now. So it's definitely behind in characters. Like it's 100% is. I don't know how that feels though. Like, it doesn't feel that bad, I don't think. Like, they clearly know that they're at a different level, right? That's how they interact with this game. They've been able to do every in-game event. Every event that comes around, they can complete. Every single one. But PvP-wise, there's a clear, like, difference in level, right? They don't attack War Level 3, right? They just don't. They just don't attack that. They understand that that's not who they're fighting. Which goes back to, well, they know their competition is the bottom of the other roster, right? They're going against their free-to-play, which is fine. No one has an issue with that. They do well enough in Arena right now. They do well enough in Crucible. They do well enough in every other game mode. So the more I think about it, the more I think it's mostly okay. But I do like this kind of thing worries me, right? This is where I get a little more worried because like there's like now a wall to get in. Which I do think that they've viewed what I've been doing as problematic. I've been suspicious of it. I just didn't have proof of it. I wasn't sure if they viewed it as problematic, but this kind of tells me that they do. Which sucks because this is what I was finding fun. Right? All right, we got the file uploaded. Let's get it uploaded. You know, it sucks that the fun part of the Breaker event, they're kind of taking it away, right? Or at least taking away one aspect of it. Which it sucks because like it's just a different level to it. You know, I created my own fun by having fun doing it by myself, right? Competing for my own rewards and just kind of playing that way. Which I'm sure I'm not the only one that enjoyed that. Where did it go? Did I not save it here? I don't think they appreciated Shadow Conclave not being used in the majority of the community for the Surfer event. Well, make a better team. That's a pretty freaking easy answer. When you make a team that sucks at PvE and then you give them no mods, what do you expect? Right? Like Shadow Conclave performed like booty. Literally performed like booty. Everybody sacked them. Which I don't think Shadow Conclave was actually designed in those nodes. I'm pretty certain it was designed for daring. And then Shadow Conclave was an afterthought. Is that the best SEO title? You know, it's kind of like that Sentry event, right? They wanted to make Sentry really emphasize the new teams, but I think overall they kind of missed the mark, but they were really set on doing that, right? And then we are like, well, this performs like booty. Scorpion Breaker event guide. No, it's not a guide. Scorpion. This is the announcement of the event. Let's make sure we're including a warning about needing to be 110 to ride. See if that helps. It seems to think it's a guide. It's not a guide. Yeah, I think so too. It's probably, and those nodes have always been the restrictive nodes, right? They've always existed, and it's not a problem. Like it just is what it is. People just have to understand it. Level 110 to ride. I like it. Gonna do that. Let's see if we can get a description. Let's make an SEO description. This video. This is the Scorp Breaker event announcement with team details. I compared it to the Shadow King event. I also compared the statements that lead game Was it game? What was it? Game designer? I think it was game designer. Crap! Did I close it? Say his title was lead game designer Aaron. That's how he was referenced. So we're using. Silver Surfer Breaker and how they broke their promise on delivery. What else? We also at the end of the video discussed how the very top turn counting was not fun for Silver Surfer Breaker. And how we want to see change to the scoring system. It does. They haven't announced it when the Storm Mighty will be available again, so if you missed the 2 events previously, that's shit out of luck for the Scorpion Breaker. You're not wrong, Time Splitter. That's a very good point. If you don't have your Storm ready, you're really screwed. You're literally only doing difficulty 1. Scorpion Breaker is officially announced at Marvel Strike Force, and this video we break down the full event details, required teams, node restrictions, and major warning players that know you must be Commander level 110 to ride. That part's true, but I would take it a bit further. You also need to have every character at level 110. So we revisit the lead game designer Aaron's launch of the Silver Surfer Breaker events. The original vision promised for competitive PvE experience, but it really became an exhausting race to count turns. Not where we discussed that the promise fell short with many players felt the event missed the mark. Finally, we talk about how their Breaker event can improve going forward, the current scoring system. Topic Scorpion Breaker, Commander level 10 requirement. Every event character must be level 110. Required team and node restrictions, Shadow King event comparison, Silver Surfer Breaker developer comments, why turn counting isn't fun, ideas for improving it. Seems good enough. And we got SEO stuff in here, so we got like hashtags and whatnot. And I should have a thumb. Disappointing, man. I hope they change their mind on that. They probably won't, but it's fine. It just will be what it is. It was a 20-minute video. What it is. No, it's not made for kids. It's like Arena question. I want to beat F4XBM. How do I beat it? No X, no BM, no Toxin. You don't need Toxin. I'm pretty certain you can do it with Quicksilver, Null, Venom are the 3. And then you use Storm, and Breaker is who we've been using. And I don't know if you can beat that. I think you can beat that team. I guess it depends a little bit on size. Breaker should murder X before he gets a turn. You do have to survive getting hit by Blue Marvel, which is a little painful. So there's a little bit of question there. What's up, Ryler? Welcome in. See people saying stuff, so appreciate you guys. Okay. So we made that. I haven't sent it out yet. We haven't made it live yet. Go ahead and make it public. Really disappointed they did that. I wish they didn't do that. Yeah, Herb, I think there's 4 reworks. I see your DM. This is for my alt. Surfer is 110 but teal. Storm is level 1. I have 0 training mats. This is for my alt. Surfer's level 110 but teal. Storm is level 1. I have 0 training mats. You're probably not beating it otherwise. Most likely. If you're that far down, Blue Marvel's probably murdering you. Okay, what do we need to do? I need to send this video to places. Post that there and we'll publish it. And publish this too. And publish it in the Drop Bears chat. Okay. It is what it is, man. Copy it, can wait. Other ideas? This is for my alt. I'm trying to push out in actives. I mean, are you just thinking nobody attacks them is the problem, Royalty, I'm guessing? So instead of going around them, you're just kind of trying to murder them down? I get what you're doing. Yeah, no, I don't think so, because Blue Marvel kind of like, he's got a level to him, right? That kind of like, if your characters are not this big to ride, he kind of just murders people still, right? Even with like Venom and things. Because I think most of free-to-play kind of go around him because of his size thing. Like, because he just hits hard. Is kind of his problem. He still just does a lot of damage to things. Like, even a small Quicksilver can just die. Even without critting offense up. Come on, orange. Crap, that's the wrong side. Come on, orange. Crap, that's blue. At least the right side. Oop, we got an orange. Crap, it's the freaking side I don't need. Oh, that sucks. It's fine, but it sucks. 467 to 361. Crap, I'm back over 100. That sucks, man. I want to get the other direction. I mean, every bit helps, but I really want to fix it, not make it worse, because we have no way to fix it right now. My main chart had 6 inactive in the top winner, and that's after they removed all the banned accounts. Hopefully they continue this in the arena, but change the origin. That'd be fine. I don't think they will, but that'd be nice. Nobody's even attacked me today. Okay, we did that video. I want to get Urge to Kill Rising. I want to get that Sentry video out, because we've already got the video footage recorded. We just need to put it together. Because we did it on free-to-play, right? So maybe we'll work on that now and get it ready to go. I hope people enjoy that video. I guess more envoys have done the that footage than I realized, because I rarely click on Valley videos, so like YouTube doesn't like suggesting Valley videos, but we saw it when we like searched it, which was interesting. Oh, that's would have been fun. Thinking of having Black Widow and Natasha saying the sun's getting really low and the Meister works the best. Oh, which video was this? Oh, this was the to-do things? That's actually pretty fun. Whoever made that comment, appreciate you. That would have been funny. Oh, I got an unsubscriber. Oh well, rip. It's always interesting when I lose subscribers. I wonder who I pissed off today. I was up to 859 and now I'm down to 856. I lost 3 subscribers. I guess I pissed a bunch of people off. I don't know what I did. Urge to Kill Rising at your Gear Tier 21 drop. Oh yeah, I have a few. I had multiple Gear Tier 21s when we bought those orbs, right? I'm pretty I'm halfway to getting the guy, right? I have that's the wrong piece. I think Mystic's my worst piece. Where's Mystic? This is my worst one by far. I'm 200 pieces on one side off. So that's not a good deal. But we're close to a second character there. Mutant I have a ton. Mutant, we have 400 pieces, and we're even on both sides. So we've got 4 mutant characters right now. I think we have almost 4 bio characters. We're getting close to 4 bio characters, so that's 8 characters. We have almost 2 mystic characters, so that's another 10, right? So now we're at 10 characters. And then skill, I've got a bunch wherever our skill character is here. If I want to take some skill characters to fill in some gaps. This is another 3 characters. Possibly could be 4. So we got 3 characters here. So what we said, 13. And then we have tech. Where's tech? Tech. Tech. There's a tech. And there's another character. So 13, 14 characters right now with a few pieces like way offset. So, I mean, I'm like halfway through Annihilus right now. To give you guys a little perspective on how we've been operating. You know, even though I only have literally 1 Gear Tier 21 character, I'm not actually like that. I'm just a little more, I'm a little more complacent, I guess, right? We only have the 1. We took Vulture because he's 25 pieces. Or 50 pieces, whatever. He's the only character I've upped. Alright, let's work on... I think we are going to work on that video. Put you guys back over here. Let's go ahead and find that Sentry video. We'll put that together. and we'll have that come out. We'll probably release it here in a minute because I think that's only got a day left, but it's a relevant video to have out. You guys can go over here. So we need to. I think this is the first one. What's up, Marvel Strike Force? I got told today that they made surprise changes to the Century City events. If you haven't done it because it was kind of boring and not fun and required carnage, I've been told it no longer does. To get max rewards, you do need to do Insanity 3. You don't need
Someone
any of
told
these
me
packs,
they got a
so just
refund
don't
for
use
Carnage,
them.
too.
None of them really particularly are great, so turn them off. Does anyone have proof that they got refunded for Carnage? Because if they do, I'd love to have that. So, I have 15 characters. I think I could get it done with this. If you have other characters and there's better characters, there absolutely is. The symbiotes are great. The Exalted X-Men seem like they're much better now. Retcon seems like it's doing better. Overall, Shadow Conclave's doing better. You can totally work through a bunch of these characters and be fine. We're going to go ahead and grab. Okay, let's cut all that. Because I don't think I killed it in this clip. I think this was just my intro. Get rid of that. I think it's actually this one we killed it. Turn the recorder back on. We're gonna try again. I just gotta do more damage. Cut that out. We did it differently. I remember that. We split what things I still think that my best option is like this group here, as far as like getting damage out there. No, we didn't do that. Okay, Null has all fast. I'm all. There's the Yeet Beam. It's definitely not this clip. That out of there. Must have been this one. Okay, we've been at this a little bit, guys. We've been trying to get free-to-play to be able to knock this out the park. I get close. I've gotten as close as 10%. I think I've got a plan now. So this is a 24-minute video? I might just be fine. Maybe I cut out a little bit, like the load screen shit. Make this better. Hold on. So I guess they ended up nerfing Sentry quite a bit, which makes it a lot more accessible to free-to-play accounts. So one thing that they did is, I guess they reduced his health substantially, and they fixed all the bugs, fixed all the broken things that were not working. What we've realized is, I think that we are doing the rage stacks wrong, especially with small characters, because we just don't survive meteors. And since we don't survive meteors, we're just kind of slamming buttons. You guys will kind of see I'm literally going to push him out of his void form as quick as I possibly can. I remember doing that. We kept this, right? So knock 35 off. We're at 67%, so that's a lot better than we were. I'm going to continue on Sentry. Hopefully that's going to get us the percentage we need. Okay. So we're at 65%. We managed to knock 35 off. If we can continue that, I think we're on track for getting this done. Okay, flip the split screen out of this crap. To do a little talking. Okay. Everybody's disappointed by it. We might be able to cut this part too. Oh, I went and did Deering. Remember that. We did do that. Okay, let's try this. We're just gonna cut all this out. This seems like trash. Bet I talked about it in the video. Okay. After thinking through this a little bit, we've decided that my middle team was going to be the Eclipse team because Eclipse does really well. So, bad. I do this more than once. I think I did. I use a team Eclipse leg to. Maybe we should just. Here's what I use. Then we kept it right after this. 40% is a lot for Damon to do. We'll try. 40% is a freaking lot. I think that's fine. We might even cut some of that first part out. Was right. You're using shark. I want to see what I say at the beginning of this video. If I went and said the same things, if we do, we'll cut that first clip out. Put a clip spot afterwards. I can see if you guys are saying anything too. Did you already do see? I have not kill shot. We mostly just been doing video editing so far. Okay. Bad positioning, but we can probably outwork through that. We'll suck them all in. No, we didn't really talk about it. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna save the special. We're going to save that for the second part. Healing team, we get up. Do the same thing. We'll cut. Alright. Cut all of this. Get a little bit out. 292,000. This is attack number 3. I'm a little nervous that we're not going to get 40% out of Damon. Okay. Well, definitely was kind of fun, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll get this up on YouTube and we'll have a good one. If you guys haven't yet, click that subscribe button. Help me get up to 1,000 subscribers. We're very, very close, and we'll see you next time. That's a little quiet, so let's go 3. Let's export it. Go ahead and get that rolling. It's a Sentry updated. Once that footage is basically ready, there's no reason not to get it out there. Sledge gave a shout out. What's up, Sledge? How's it going? once this is done, do we have anything else we need to do? I mean, the only other thing I haven't done is I haven't done the Blade Tower yet. Which we could play that, and then we could just prepare for it tomorrow. I could work on it tomorrow morning, because it takes me a couple hours to work through that, to edit everything in and do all the cuts and things. But I haven't actually played the event yet. Do I have anything I have to do on my account? I don't know if I've done everything for the... Oh, look. While this is rendering. So... I still need to do all of this jazz. Done any of this stuff. Oh, I haven't done my Age of Fear thingy either. Week 11. And I guess I need to look at, like, am I buying Julia because of that event coming up? I didn't buy Rachel, and there's nothing I can do about it because they just took her cards away. Hopefully they'll return them. I don't know. So that's a little interesting. I still don't know if I actually want to buy those characters because I don't like the offers. It's not that big of a deal either. Like, I could just, like, not perform as well in the first event and just perform later in the later events. That might be the play. My plane's about to take off. Let's go. Have a safe trip. Yeah, that should be the raids done. Done enough anyways. Still need to donate. Ah. I don't even know why I do this. I don't actually like care about Jarvis orbs, but I also don't care about my other stuff either. It's literally a waste of time. I click buttons to click buttons, I guess. You need to keep spending here. Anything I actually want? Not really. Tech? I don't know if I don't care about tech. Take that. Care about that. Toxin, love that character. I guess we care about these characters a little bit because of the Breaker event, I guess. Because we're actually going to have to we're going to have to actually use Shadow Conclave, which will be a little interesting. Maybe we'll start buying them just because they're there. We have 20 days left. I need to start emptying this. Or 2 billion or 2 million, whatever. still need so many shards. I don't know that I actually want to. Who's the next team coming available, guys? And when should they be available? They're what, a week out? 2 weeks out? And we just had Champions go available, right? Who was after Champions? Daring? Is Daring not available? That's not that helpful then. We're not quite close to Shadow Conclave. Interesting. And then Shadow Conclave would enter the other store. Okay, sure, I guess. Only because I need so much. 60. We're under on that. Still have 2 billion or 2 million currently. Spending freaking 7,000 at a time. Back home, you were in Saipai. What's on the store today? A look. Take my free shit. It's still such a bad offer for her. Like, I can't stand how bad these offers are. If I buy these characters, like, you just feel bad. $60 gets me what? 90 shards? 100 shards. $60 for 100 shards is crazy bad. It just is. And 100 shards does what for me? Gets her 1-star level. Or you spend $80 and just have a chance to pull out of the bullshit orbs. We try to pull out of the bullshit orbs, get pissed off. So it'd be 180 shards for 120, 100. I mean, that starts to be a little bit better map, but it's still so bad. It's 0.18. So just for a little perspective, it's 0.18 times 310. Paying 5.5. 5.6, so 5.6 times 5.6 times 10. 1,700. It's $170. That price point so bad. Literally 2x. It's literally freaking 2x, man. Like, it's so bad their pricing. Julie and Rachel Cole's just moved in a MIA. Like, that might be the reason I don't care about the Breaker event. Like, that price point is so bad. That's that price point. It's actually worse for the first two offers. The first two offers are $60, right? Let's do the math for that. You get 100 shards for 600, right? So you spend 600 ultra cores, and you get 100 shards. So literally 6, right? So 6 ultra cores per shard times 310 is $180 for a 5 shard. It's literally ridiculous. What'd most devs say? Smash the button. Burn it. Venora fire. It's so freaking bad, guys. Like, how does anyone buy a character at that price? You almost want almost $200 for a 5-star character. It's absurd. That's why I haven't been buying it. How can anyone support that? And yes, you can tell me that there's training mats here and whatever, but nobody actually anybody that actually like is buying this doesn't care about this. They have plenty. So who cares about that, right? The only milestones that actually make this make sense is 4 and 5. And you have to go further, right? You have to go even further beyond. It's so bad. Morph should go into the standalone slot, then it's Rachel, Riot, and Toxin will be in the random slot. Morph should go into the standalone slot. Then Rachel... So is Morph in a random slot right now? What's Toxin in right now? Toxin's in the random slot, right? I'm not buying that shit. Well, the reason I'm thinking about it right now is because of Scorpion, right? Like, in correlation to the Scorpion event that they just announced, they basically told us the Scorpion event's probably a week out. Probably, right? It's not next week, but it might be the week after. Because they're announcing the information. Maybe it's the week after that. So we have essentially a week to 2 weeks to like work on it. Or buy it, right? But they haven't sold anything for Rachel that's other than the initial offer, which they haven't relaunched, right? No, they're not most def. Where's my picture? Hold on. Get my picture back up. Here you go. So, the Omega difficulty, Exalted is by itself on Node 2. Amazing is by itself on Node 6. And then it's a joint mission on Node 10. It's literally what they used to do for Shadow King. And they've gone back to requiring 110. Why focus on the first 2 runs of the Breaker? Just focus on getting everything ready on the 3rd one. Not a bad idea. Question, since I haven't gotten the chance to work on that, what's the average value? I don't know. It's not 8, I can tell you that. And it's mostly like in the form of like jackpot rolls, Astronarn. And there's not enough cores in the system coming in to really like average it out, right? That's the problem. So it's really like jackpotting. It's the same problem that the other bullshit orb has, except they extended it to the core orb. Because people averaged it out to 8, but eventually you just won, right? And that made up the average. Most people were more like the average of 6. instead. But with the new one and being like the 2 min pull, it's probably more like an average of like 3 to 4, I would guess. Somewhere in that range, right? Because you have to like get some blues to make it up for it. Otherwise, you just lose. Like I think I pulled 2 20s, but I also pulled a bunch of 2s that felt terrible. If I didn't pull the blues at all, I wouldn't have unlocked the character, which felt really bad. Which I normally would buy a character. The problem is they've severely devalued the money that I'm willing to give them, right? It's been my problem with new characters from the get-go. What they're giving me a 2-star for $30. They're giving me a 3-star for $60. I used to buy a 7-star for 75, or sorry, not 7-star, a 5-star for $75. So you're telling me that all of a sudden you took away 2/3 of my value. What was a playable character is now an unplayable character for the same value. And I just said, well, if you're going to give me an unplayable character, I'll just not buy it, right? That's kind of been the disjoint between me and the developers as far as how the spending's been going. And that's been the problem. It's why I haven't bought all these characters, right? It's why I didn't buy Toxin. It's why I didn't buy Riot. It's why I didn't buy Julia. It's why I didn't buy Rachel, right? I didn't buy any of them because they literally want 2x the value for it. And I continue to stand on that, right? And I don't know that the only thing that I would even remotely consider is just buy one of these. It's the only thing I would remotely consider. And I think 90% of the time you lose and feel bad, which I think feels terrible. I think I'd rather just have a 2-star character and just say the event sucks because we couldn't get characters and you want an absurd amount of money for it. I think that's literally what the direction I'm leaning right now because that price point is still so bad. I'd rather just play their games. I'm not spending $180 a character to have a character barely playable. That's insane, right? Because right now it's $150, right? It's 30, 60, 100, 150. This is where your price pointing starts to get okay at best. It's still 2x at this price. It doesn't get to normal pricing until you go all the way up to 6. This is the only point where it starts to have normal pricing. So the only people that kept normal pricing were people that were day one maxing. They literally like force impose like a price increase on everybody else. Which kind of still makes me mad. And really what they probably wanted was for you to jump tiers and go to the 210 value. And that got you back to pretty close to what I was paying as far as the shard cost went. But you end up with an extra star. I'm sure that was their intent, but ultimately, it's like double the price, right? So this would be 510. Let's just do the math for it, right? This would be 510 shards, and this is 2100 ultra core divided by 510. 4.11. 0.11 times that's down to $120. $120 for the shards. So what is it's 810 to max a character, right? 810 and it costs them how much? 300, isn't it? It's 300. So what is that price per shard? Find out. So it's 3000 ultra core divided by 810. 3.7 times that by by 310. So they're paying for a 5-star character, they're paying $1,200 or $120 roughly. Pretty close price point. Literally 6 and 7, which that's still a price increase. Just for you guys for perspective. Because I'm saying that the original method that they had was 750 750 ultra core. 8 divided by 310. 2. Right? It's 2 per. And the cheapest one we have is 3. Like, it's just such a crazy price increase. The cheapest version that they're selling right now is 3.7. We were paying 2. And you could say that that math's a little on the extreme side, but it's not. Like, it's literally what we were paying, right? Like, it took a little bit of cores, but you basically got there. Like, the price increase that they did was insane. Let's just do the math, right? Let's go 2.4. Let's find out what the increase was. Or just going with the off day out. 2.4 divided by 3.7. 60% increase. It's a 65% increase for perspective. That's at the 7-star level. Let's go do what I said it was, which was, what did we say the original number was? $5.5. Divided by 5.5. No, it's 5. Literally 2x, right? Divided by 2.2% or 220% increase. Literally 2x, right? That makes sense. 230%. Like, that's how insane the price increase was. The 230% increase from what it was. Makes sense. That's for a 4-star. Or sorry, a 3-star. That's 2. No, that's a 4. Sorry. That's for a 4-star character. So not only are you getting less bang for your buck, you're paying more money. It's like literally insane. Well, I can't tell myself to buy that. It's so bad. Like, I don't know what they're thinking there. How do you go from somebody that was paying you like, let's just say I was paying $100 a character. I probably was, right? I was paying you $300 to $500 a month. Now you've got me paying 0. Like, you can't tell me that that's right. Trash? Is that the trash about it? Yeah, it is. That's crazy. Like, because that's what goes through my head. Is like, I was paying you somewhere between $300 and $500 a month in characters, right? Just because we were releasing a character well, let's just say it was every 10 days, like Royalty said, right? I was paying you $300 in characters, $300 a month, and you decided that my $300 a month wasn't good enough, right? Let's just do the math. Let's give it a 230% increase, right? Now you want $700 a month for the equivalent of what I was getting. Like, are you serious? You want $700 a month for me to have the same level character. How does that math work out for you guys? You didn't give me more stuff. You made my characters less playable because it's harder to get diamonds, it's harder to get shards. Just insane. Like, the math doesn't math. Okay, I talked myself out of it. Good job, guys. We are not making bad decisions today. Good job. That was enough mathing in my book to go. That's not worth that. We will just leave it like that. We can't play. We can't play. Kind of what I'm thinking. All right, let's upload our video. Well, I have quite a lot of teams at 110. Fingers crossed they will correct the ones. That's a good point. Hope you took the right ones. Jeez. Alright, let's get this Sentry event out. Honestly, just disappointing. I think I already have a Sentry thumbnail that we can work with. That we can fix a little. Like, I actually would give them money right now if they had something that was, like, of value to buy, right? You gotta have something of value to buy, though. Can you help me make a new Century City thumbnail? The boss has been updated and we showed the strategy to kill him with just the characters you have. We did it with three makeshift teams. Just focus on the third event, but you'll be. I honestly think that's the way to go. Time Splitter, you're probably right. It's just focus on the second or third event. It makes sense. It's just kind of disappointing, like, because you'd like to be a part of it, right? Like, it's just fun. I don't like gating. I think gating's bad for the game, and we'll talk a lot more about that when we play other games. Like, I plan to play some other games here in the near future. Like, we're gonna play Path of Exile. Path of Exile doesn't gate shit. You literally have everything. They sell microtransactions, they sell skins, they sell things that people want, and they support the game accordingly. And it's literally just a gameplay experience, right? It's just a gameplay experience. There's not all this, like, backhandedness and shifty, slidey stuff. Like, that's what I don't like about this game. I don't like all the, like, shady stuff that happens. It just feels, like, non-consumer friendly, you know? Like, why do we need to be so, like, backhanded and like, consumer devious? How I want to put it. What went wrong? Like, and what company has a 220% increase in price? Let me know. 220%. It's freaking wild. Like, I can't think of a game company at all that has a 220% increase. Here, let's just use a AAA title. What are they, $70 or $80 now? They used to be 60. Over the years, they've been going up, right? They used to be $60. Now they're like 70 or 80. Let's just call it 80. I think that's a 75% increase, right? A 25% increase. On the positives, they're saving you money now. You're not wrong. I actually have been saving money. Quite a bit, actually. Because I'm buying so much less stuff, right? I'm not buying all the stuff I was buying. I'm not spending on leaderboards. I'm only buying good offers. It's been better. I hate this. I hate this. I don't need silhouettes screen. I don't need Sentry looking like he lost. I need it more like the. I would rather have the Enchantress versing Sentry. Free to play did good it does now. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what they do going forward. How they move, pivot, because that's honest. Like, I'm not buying characters because I'm pissed off at the game. I'm not buying characters because I don't want to spend 250% increase, right? That's been the honest answer. I think the price increase of characters has been insane, and their structure for characters is very not friendly right now. So I'm very happy not buying them. That's why we didn't buy all those characters. If they change their mind and honestly, I'd want them to go back to the gamble orb. We need to have conversations about that orb again. The gamble orb was fun. And I'll probably, spend some money. Ooh, what do we got here? This looks better. Updated boss, Century City. We beat him with 3 makeshift teams. 3 teams only. Very free to play friendly. Easy to follow. Max rewards. Free to play strategy that works. I like it. Send it. Now make me a title for this video. A solid picture. Oh, it's got the freaking live up here. I want to get rid of the live. I need to do. Can you get rid of the live? This is a good title. Century City updated boss guide. Max rewards is only a free to play teams. That's solid enough. Add tomorrow strike force. Yeah, I probably have only been buying. I've only bought a couple. Like, honestly, I'm spending like I used to spend several years ago. Right now, I've bought very few offers, very few standalone offers, mostly battle passes, and I would even say I'm spending less than that. Honestly, the reason I'm saying I'm spending less is because I'm not buying characters at all, and I was always buying characters to get all pixelated looking. Yeah, not really. Maybe a little. Make me a description. You view it as a good thing? I view it as a bad thing because it probably means that it's not going well for them. But that's, from when everybody's viewing it as spend less money, probably not a good thing. For me, I don't have a problem giving the money. Like, I really don't. If it makes sense, then we purchase things, right? If it doesn't make sense, we don't purchase things. And they may be holding out, hoping that, other people are not like me who priced everything right. Not everybody goes and puts it in an ultra core value per shard. I do, right? I want to know what I'm actually looking at here. If it feels off and the math doesn't math, then, there's a problem, right? This is a Marvel Strike Force where I tackle Central City solo boss using complete free-to-play friendly strategy instead of massive rosters and expensive meta teams. Continuing to enforce hashtags. I like that. Helps for YouTube searching. Bam. File. Bam. And we're going to make that public. Just going to get it out there. That way if people need it, they can do it. Because there's only like 1 day left, right? And it makes it so I can find stuff down the road. You have to do that again. Damn, Century City is that one out. Two. And my Discord as well. If the business puts out offers, the consumers have the right and options to not take those offers. It's on the business management for the bad offers and price points, not the consumer. I agree. 100%. Ultimately, the consumer controls, like, and ultimately there can be like a world where eventually people do buy it. Like, I've seen in my time of like my short lifespan, right? I've seen businesses put pricing out there, right? And slowly try to reinforce it by making sales and doing things, but eventually it becomes the normal price, and eventually it works, right? But for a long time, the consumer will tell you no, which might be what they're trying to do, but I do think that gamers are more stubborn than the average consumer, so I'll be curious to see how it works, right? And how it plays out. I know for me, there's not a world where you're going to convince me that a electronic good is deserving a 200% price increase. It doesn't take steel. It doesn't take manufacturing. It doesn't take shipping costs. It doesn't take any of this stuff, right? It doesn't have a warehouse storage fee. It doesn't have all these like expenses that cause inflation, right? You're just telling me that you deserve more money for the now. What it does take, and it does have like aspects to it, is it does probably take more dev time. It takes AI components. It takes artists. It takes things of those natures, which probably do have an inflationary value associated to them, right? But what it doesn't have is it doesn't have all the physical things that go with it, right? That it's out of their control. So that's where I'm starting to go. Is that really what we're gonna call fair market value? I don't know. I'm not a believer. I do think that they think there's a cost associated with it, but I don't think it's the cost that they're putting out there. That's just me. Okay, we did that stuff. I collected my things. Did I go collect the premium orb? Because I think I still need to spend energy. Guys, back to the other monitor. I think we're done on this side. I think we're done with videos for today. Unless we want to work on like the blade tower, which I'm not against doing. We might. I haven't done on this account either. It usually takes me a little bit of effort to like make that video, which we could just turn the recorder on and just play through it. That might be fun. But I want to do it on the other account if we're going to do it. I usually don't even care if we play it on this account. Eventually I get there. We want to do Crucible. What do you guys want? Okay, we got all of the dailies done. Do I still need PvP? Oh no, we're done with both the battle passes. It's so weird being done with the battle passes because I buy the premium one. Because I want the Gear Tier 20, or the 21. A Blitz. And I'll be honest, like, the current, like, situation that they're doing with the shop makes no sense to me either. I don't know what they're doing. Because technically the shops had like nothing for sale for days, right? Other than the only thing they're selling is the battle pass and the character and the Odin event, right? Like other than that, there's like basically nothing. right? The strike pass, unless you it's already corrected, is finishing a day early. Is that bad? I bet they'll correct that. Someone will point it out. Alright, get him. Get this stuff done. How did my Blade Tower do? 7 through 12 got 300 views. It's not great. It's so much work for what it is. I wish people liked those videos better. 1 through 6 got 700 views. That's not bad. How many subscribers from them? Picked up 6 subscribers on the first one. On the second one, we got 7 subscribers. That's pretty good from a subscriber count standpoint. Probably worth working on. I'm gonna finish it. Like, there's no point not to. This is an interesting character out here by himself. Is there a chance Dad Bros are getting reworked? Why do we have a Dad Bro out here? Anyone know what happened in the story that I wasn't reading? Murder will not heal us. Man. I wonder if I'm completely wrong on the rework characters. Dad Bro out here in the campaign mission feels really weird. Might go read the story on the website. Can I beat this character? Maybe Magneto was right. Eric speaks to the pain and fear. He does not make them correct. Charles. I do think Magneto's getting reworked this year. He is a character I very much am believing in right now. I think he might be the last legendary that they touch this year. Yeah, or early next year. He might be early next year. You're finally back. Everyone thought you abandoned us. I needed to step back. I lost everything trust. It takes time to rebuild. But I did not abandon you to this fight. Every government mind I've touched is drowning in paranoia. Get him, X. Oh, Cyclops says zap. Feels endless. That's what fears it wants you to believe. Serpent seems to thrive when people stop seeing one another as human. We must fight to remind everyone that we're all together. Maybe what we'll do... You seem tired, Oro. I am what... Why did they call her Oro? What if Odin was wrong when choosing me? What if our responsibility is too great for me to carry? Every great leader carries the doubt. What makes them ideal is this task. You fear not what you happen to you, but what's happened to the world around you. The determination is what's needed in the times like these. I think what we might do tonight, since we've been streaming for a while and I haven't had dinner, is we might call it a night, and I might play Crucible in the morning. We might do the Blade Tower and Crucible kind of together. That might be the way to roll. You can do it in the AM. Kind of like what we did today. I wouldn't hate an early morning stream again. That was kind of fun. Or we might pivot. I kind of want to go play or go look at like Path of Exile stuff. I might do that offline. Start doing some of that planning because I want to start thinking about that too. Or we could do that together. I don't know. It's going to be mostly me watching YouTube videos and checking and seeing what people have been doing. Which we could do some of that stuff. Maybe we'll do that. We'll start to move away from MSF for a little while. Got some stuff for people to hang out and watch if they want to watch it. I think it kind of covered the things that we did today. It's good. Spidey, I'm here. Department of Damage Control, prisoners. Get him, Spidey. They made sure Spidey can't kill things. Nice. Oh, and they put this character that every time you dodge, she shoots me. That's fun. Can I lose this mission? Also, notice the Green Goblin they put on this mission. I wonder if Green Goblin 3 work. City is suffering. Yeah, that's New York for you. Take me to the impact site. Tour guide, Spidey, at your service. Impact site. That's kind of an interesting thing to say. I wonder if it is non-city characters. I've always wondered if this story will eventually correlate to releases. I always keep wondering that. Thor and Spider-Man battle through Manhattan, unraveling under the Hammer's influence. The truth behind the Secret's underground prison begins to surface and Crash Site draws near. A corrupted cosmic force descends upon the battlefield and halts Storm's advance. The Breaker. Storm risks everything to create a single opening while Spider-Man slips into the heart of the crisis. Back on Asgard, Odin prepares another warrior for the war that is spreading across the realm. We really don't have the information that we need. Doesn't look like. Unless it on one of these three is then. Mighty Gamora. Mighty Nebula. Interesting. Kind of interesting. Alright guys, it's been fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. We're gonna raid out. I think I'm gonna send everybody over to Badger. I believe he's on a 24-hour stream. and I think people have been hanging out with him and doing things. And so we're gonna send people over there. I don't see particularly anyone doing anything in MSF right now. We've got lazy AFK, and then we've got everybody else is like in MIA mode. So they're doing other things. So let's go ahead and raid out. If you're still wanting Marvel Strike Force stuff, I'm sorry. I'm gonna send you there though. We're gonna support Badger, who plays MSF a lot. Yeah, you have a good one too, Jerome. And we'll catch you probably. I think probably tomorrow there'll be an early morning stream. I think we're gonna do that again. That was pretty fun. So, and then we'll do some stuff. We'll probably play the tower and do Crucible and all the stuff we didn't do today. So let's go say hi to Badger. Give him some support. "15 hours in. That sounds like a fun time." He's playing 80s tunes. It's fun. What the Hill's over there? Master Splinter. A bunch of people are hanging out with him.